Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to round 4, Donington. I hope you're well. I hope you all had a fantastic week and an even better weekend. How is everybody in the live chat? Welcome again to what should be a fantastic round with some fantastic races. And I am joined in the commentary box with Justin tonight, back from his hiatus on a brand new PC.
Hello.
We are going to go into the driver briefing, not quite yet, but we're a couple of minutes time. We'll head into the driver briefing where we'll go over a couple of things and make everything crystal clear what we expect from the drivers tonight. I appreciate, again, all the boys out on track with us tonight. Again, we've got a few people I must need to give a big shout out to, which is our Doug, Mac as well, and I believe Tom can't be with us this round due to some commitments, but we're thinking of you guys. We miss you guys in the commentary box, out on track as too. I hope each and every one of you gets well very, very soon. What have we got in store for you tonight? Well, I'll tell you. We're finishing up the free practice session that took place over an hour. We head into qualifying, where it'll be a 20-minute session for all the cars out on track to set the fastest lap times they can. Then we head into the big one, round 4, GT Challenge Series, 1 hour race at world famous Donington Park. We have a pit stop thrown in. I hope all the boys are ready for the pit stop. I hope all the boys are ready for them track limits. This can be a bit of a pain, if I'm honest with you. We've been here all week, all lads currently in the garage, and some of those are out that have joined us throughout the week have all been putting in the lap times, dialing in the setups to get the most out of it, and the times have tumbled. They really have. All during the week, there's been some fast laps being put in there, and yeah, just a couple of seconds have been knocked off lap times from everybody involved. Good to see the boys out on track. Andrew Brooker, Jamie Quinton, Liam Barker, Alan Brown, Dee Lupcombe, welcome in for your first round. Justin Pozowski, of course. Kevin Hadge, Mr. Rory Horse, Mr. D Reject, also known as Connect Stringer. A Nord and S Blair join us tonight, with Jay Randalls leading up the rear of the pack. Missing Godfrey Donor, you may join us at some point. Hello, DRC, good evening everyone, I hope we have a good race. Me too, my friend. I do indeed. Connection will in the chat also, thank you very much. Hey up Justin, says Kinetic, in his Yorkshire voice. I'm getting a Merc up with grass cutting tools in preparation for this one. Well, there is an extra point apparently for the biggest spin out on track, so maybe you could grab the extra point there and welcome in Doug. And hello Ryan, it's lovely to see you in the chat. It was nice to catch you on yesterday. Mr. Warzone himself, super impressive. Got to see you dub there. Appreciate you jumping in. I appreciate the share as well earlier on. So we're about ready to jump into the driver briefing here for the GT Challenge Championship. We're going to go over a few basic rules. I hope all the boys are listening in on the platform. We'll just give them a little tell that driver briefing is commencing. Driver briefing on now. Okay. The boys have been told, so we'll see how this one goes. So we'll just wait for the boys, because a lot of them already on track at the minute, so that's perfect to see. Huge like, much love and shared. How y'all doing, Jay? Yeah, I'm doing very well, my friend. We're here. I'm hosting this league every Saturday for the boys that usually do the online racing. A few that are very regular when it comes to the league side to it too. So I'm doing alright, my friend. Doing alright. And dears are listening, my brother. Let's go with this one. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the driver briefing now. I need to let everybody know, please take note of this driver briefing. It will help you out in the long run. So without further ado, over to you, Justin.
Alright, hello und good evening. Nur ein paar kleine Worte, diesmal in Deutsch. Schaut in der Quali einfach, dass ihr euch nicht gegenseitig behindert. Die Strecke ist groß genug für uns alle. Haltet einfach ein wenig Abstand und behindert niemanden auf seiner schnellen Runde. Entry-Poker. Bleibt nicht auf der Strecke stehen und schaut auch auf die Strecke, bevor ihr diese Box verlässt. In 20 Minuten sollte eigentlich jeder genug Zeit haben, eine schnelle und gute Runde hinzulegen. Im Rennen, wie gewohnt, Kurve 1, lasst euch selbst Platz. Ich habe gesehen, dass ihr sauber fahren könnt. Die Strecke ist nicht die breiteste, setzt euch lieber hinter das Fahrzeug, bevor ihr in eine Kurve geht, anstatt zu dritt da durchzufahren und einen Unfall zu riskieren. Entry-Poker. Solltet ihr Durchfahrtsstrafen erhalten, werden diese wie gewohnt durch Zeitstrafen ersetzt. Entry-Poker. Achtet ihr bei der Einfahrt auch bitte auf die Box. Die ist ziemlich kurz. Schaut einfach, dass ihr vor der letzten Haarnadel weit links seid. Wenn ihr konnt und wollt, könnt ihr auch einen Blinker nach links setzen, dass die anderen Bescheid wissen. Seid nicht so schnell. Die Einfahrt ist wie gesagt sehr kurz und kaum gekennzeichnet und riskiert einfach keine Strafe in Triple. Ansonsten viel Erfolg, bleibt sauber und viel Spaß.
Well, personally, Justin, I couldn't have said that better myself. Honest to God, that was clear, calm, direct, and very, very informative. And I'm sure the boys haven't got any questions about the driver briefing, but I will briefly just touch on some points that Justin made there. Even though, you know, repetitively saying things twice can be quite boring for the drivers. Basically, qualifying, don't impede drivers. Those that are on a lap, please be aware. Well, those that aren't on a lap, please be aware those are. Those coming out of the pit lane in qualifying, please keep to the left-hand side. If you see a car coming down the start-finish straight, please try and keep out the way of that right-hand side of the track. Don't just join willy-nilly. And yeah, qualifying just goes to show that basically the same again. Just expect a bit of a gridlock at the end of the lap with cars queuing up. You may need to brake, so just be aware of that. And heading into the race, it's as you were, no free wide into turn 1 or running down the hill. It's not going to end very well for all of us. Most importantly, at Donington, what I want to see, a lot of you can't nail in your indicators, and I understand that. However, the pit entry here is a tight one. So if you're coming round to take your pit stop, please stay on the left-hand side of the grid, not on the right. If you pull over from the right to the left, you run the risk of having a big crash. So what we expect from our drivers that are doing the pits, just pull into the left-hand side of the track as you're coming round the final corner, just to come out the way of the traffic. We expect everybody to do so. And that should save a lot of issues. In the race coming out the pits, it's as you were. It's not like qualifying where you've got to give way when people coming out. In the race, you have the right to come out the pits and rejoin the track. Just be aware if you are coming down the start finish and people are or coming out the pits, just be on the right hand side of the track. Don't try and squeeze them. With that said, that ends the driver briefing. I'm sure we have no questions. Andrew Brooker, and perfect. Appreciate everyone jumping in. Appreciate everyone being in with you. And again, danke Justin, that was the best driver briefing that I've been a part of. Appreciate it very much, my friend.
Yeah, no problems.
So that said, we are going to be running 1 hour race on a pit stop here at Donington. This is the end of practice. We've got 5 minutes left of this session. We're looking on board with Jason Randalls of the Run DJC Academy racing team. He's not had a lot of practice this week, but he has taken the time from his busy schedule of blowing up buses to be with here tonight, so appreciate it. And again, yes guys, if the stream does cut off, I don't know why YouTube keeps doing it to me. I lose God knows how many viewers because of it. Just refresh the stream. It hasn't got off. It's just, I honestly don't know. I'll have to get it sorted out. But he loved it, said Connect Stream. Well, there we go. Big thank you for Justin, of course. That was a well point. I know do hast all up in your hair. That's the one. Learning a lot, says Jamie. Appreciate it. Thank you, boys. Appreciate that very much. Yeah, 5 minutes left of this session, and then we head into our qualifying session. For those of you at home that are unfamiliar with the format, qualifying for our drivers is a 20-minute session where they will try and set the fastest laps and try and start as far up the grid as possible. Jason Randall comes into the pit lane there. Bear with me a second while we get the camera on a different car. Come on now, somebody's got to be out doing some laps. I can hear him. Oh, Justin, look at that livery, by the way. Anyway, well then, we'll try and set the fastest lap and try and start as far up the grid as possible. Then we head into the big one, a 1 hour race with a pit stop thrown in for good measure. Obviously, we've just had the driver briefing where we were all very well informed about the rules and what we expect out on track, even in German, so there's no excuses tonight. We did the best to try and calm the nerves of our drivers down there and explain the driver standards that we expect from them. Just to briefly touch on it, qualifying, Justin making up his own track rules. Qualifying, basically, try not to impede other drivers that are out on track, of course, that are on a lap. If you're coming out of the pit lane in qualifying, please be aware of cars that are coming down the start-finish lane. Do not pull out on the right-hand side in front of a car that is starting their fly-in lap. Moving on to the race with that rule, if you are a car that's just finished your pit stop, you are fully entitled to come out the pits and rejoin the track. It's up to the car that is coming up the start-finish lane to be on the right-hand side and give that room to the car that's rejoining from the pit lane. Do expect maybe a bus stop kind of towards the end of the lap, right where we are now. Basically, be on the brakes, be aware, get a bit of room out there. We're not a stat grid tonight. We've had some illnesses thrown upon the JR server. We've Doug out, Mac out, Tom Ventures out too. And I don't see Zeman out there too either, so we're missing a few cars out there tonight, so to make things a little easier for our drivers. Hello to Jonathan Clifford. How did your 12-hour go, my friend? Smash the like button and subscribe, appreciate that very much. Good luck and have fun, racers. What a legends. And Kevin Hatch Sante, my friend. Hope you do well. The ballast tonight, let me tell you, Andrew Brooker, we have currently 10 plus kilos on, followed by Kevin Hadge in P2 in the championship, trails by 21 points with plus 9 kilos. Matthias and Zeman aren't with us tonight, that's 3 and 4, which is a shame because literally there are 3 points in it. From A. Zeman on 38 points, Matthias Belishant in 39, and Kevin Hadge is on 43. It is so close. Then we move back to Liam Bagger on 33 points. He's got plus 6 kilograms. Alan Brown on 32 points. There's literally nothing in it. There's points all over the place, but you get the gist. It's 10 ballast, 9 ballast, 8 ballast, 7 ballast. We've gone all the way down here with minus 13 ballast. We're running on the success ballast. So we'll be getting into it in just a minute's time. Hopefully everyone's doing alright. Good evening to you, Doug, my friend. And we're just saying our get well soons to you there, my friend. You and both Mac, not feeling the best, missing out on the Donny round tonight. And hello, Riddle! All these drivers. Crap about the F1? Well, it's pretty mandatory, I guess. I watched the free practice and whatnot. It'll be fun to see. Good luck all and have fun. Thank you, Riddle, mate. Appreciate the... Oh, is it on as well? Well, it kind of clashes. That's maybe because we're maybe losing a few drivers here. Hit the like button and subscribe. What a legend. Smiley emote, smiley emote, smiley emote to you, my friend. 42 seconds left of this session, and you're looking at Justin Pulaski, the number 44 there, with the boom livery on the side of the car. I hope that's not an omen of things to come tonight. He's just preparing a big accident as he kicks out the ass end of his 992. It's a cool livery. I'm just apprehensive of what the boom on the side of the car means, you know? With good faith. But welcome in, Jonathan Clifford, Kev, Doug, and Riddle to the stream. I hope you're well. I have prepared some race notes. I'm not fully off my game tonight, but we'll wait till we get to qualifying to set that one up. And I appreciate everyone spending a little bit of their Saturday night. I appreciate that it's the weekend, it's good weather, or at least it is up in sunny Yorkshire. And yes, thank you for being a part of this. Of course, we're looking at Justin Pulaski, the 24 years of age from Bingen, Germany, near Mainz Southwest. Has competed in some of the best leagues in sim racing and sporting some impressive... God, my handwriting needs to get better. But he's spotted some impressive paintwork tonight. Let's go with paintwork, shall we? Get better soon, Doug, brother. I think that's sentiments to all of us. Swifty J out on track with us too. In the very cool livery with his and his son's name down the side of the door. This is better racing than F1, so stick around, everyone. I appreciate the very, very kind words there, Riddle. I did catch a lot of the SRO earlier, so I was in between streams and stuff like that. I was watching Prenter and Co. do their thing in the Audi. Always a fun event. They 3 hours of Suzuka earlier on. It's fun one to watch, especially towards the end of 20 minutes ago. I think P2, 3, 4, 5, and maybe possibly 6 were literally glued together, so it was fun to watch. Alright, we're about to head into the qualifying session, which I did note before. These drivers will be trying to set their quickest laps as possible here at Donington. We're expecting probably around 26s. In the practice session, we definitely had them there. Donington have been driving me mad all week, so here we go. And basically... Oh god, it sucked trying to get the 25. Who is the first man out on track? Let me just see. I believe that's going to be Andrew Brooker. Andrew Brooker, blood, sweat and gears 2. Number 13, 992 driver. With that said, we love Doug and get well soon, buddy. Jamie, we all sentiments and words. Welcome, race fans from around the world, for round 4 of the GT Challenge Series, brought to you by BP Tuning in partnership with the JR server. Today we head to the heart of Leicestershire, England, of one of the oldest and one of the most iconic sporting venues in the UK, Donington Park, located near Castle Donington. This 120,000 capacity track was opened in 1931 and its current layout hosts 12 corners that span 4 kilometres or just under 2.5 miles. Over the course of 4 rounds, we've seen the Porsche 992 of Andrew Brooker, the car we're currently actually watching her, lead the championship with a respectable 64 points. With the rest of the pack firmly on his heels, with Kevin Hatch holding P2, with only a 5-point gap to P4. It's all to play for towards the front, with the championship standings being much the same throughout the entire field, with only mere points separating the rest of the field of the drivers. The practice held throughout the week. A few cars of note for you to viewers at home to maybe take note of tonight and keep an eye on will be our championship leader, Alex Brooker, or Andrew as he's formerly known as. With both Aston Martins, unfortunately we're missing Tom Ventures tonight, part of the Pseudo Racing team. We hope you're well, my friend, if you're listening in and watching this one. Greatly missed out on track, but yeah, the Aston Martin there of Alan Brown, he's always going to be quick. So to keep an eye out on Andrew Brooker and the Aston Martin of Alan Brown, to be in a good shout, to be on the top steps tonight. My wildcard shout out tonight, I think, has to be, with just the improvements I've seen in lap times, is going to be Mr. Liam Barker. We've seen his times improve all during free practice sessions. Buckle up, everybody, as we're about to go racing. First laps of the qualifying session. Of course, these are not going to be the fastest laps of the boys that are going to do. It is just simply the first one they're going to set now. It's just trying to get this this tricky section of track nailed in and nailed down. It's always a difficult approach into that one, through the foggy S's, as the number 13 of Andrew Brooker comes in to what is known as the Melbourne Hairpin. Important to get the power right just out of there. I'm finding switching the TC down definitely helps me anyway, and into this right-hander to finish off the laps, it's his Goddards. Let's go on board with the 992 driver. This is what a lap on it looks like for you and me at home. We're down the Whitcross straight now, heading into turn 1, trying to use all the track on the left-hand side as we head into the right-hander of Redgate now. Important to get it stopped early and then back on the power. The pressure's maybe not there for the 992 driver now as we head down into Hollywood, the sweeping right-hander. Into the left-hander you see coming up now is crane of curves. Now here's one for you, the old hairpin now, really easy to make a big mistake on the outside here and get the power a little bit too early. That's all within the laws of the game. Well done for the old hairpin. Into the Starkey's Bridge now and up to the run into the right-hander of McLean's. It's a kind of a difficult one for me. I feel like it goes off camber as you're getting off onto the track. The run up to Cops now, and this another one, kind of off camber. The car goes light into it. It's careful to get the balance and the weight of the car sorted. On the turning, gentle on the power on the exit, now down the Starkey straight, all the while knowing that what's coming up is the foggy S's, and this is a tricky bit of track to get right. This could make or break your lap. Slower in, slower out, he's just going to get a lap time on the board. Currently, Chris Penrose setting the pace on the 27.2, into the Melbourne hairpin now, the right-hander. Perfectly done. Bit of wheel spin on the exit there, heading up into the final corner of Goddards. He must be on a lap or a better one because you'd usually set up on that right-hand side there, try and open the corner, above some power nice and early, down the Whitcross straight. Currently 4 tenths behind Chris Penrose. Is this an improvement? No improvement last time around, in fact. Al Brown, Chris Penrose and Kevin Hatch all improving. Hope you enjoyed the lap there with us. Just a little look behind there is Kevin Hatch, P2 in the championship, and as always with Kev, Sante, my friend, Sante. Always fun to have Kev out on the track with us. Always a good sport, always a good driver. Kevin Hatch, the 41-year-old, driving out of Colmar, France. As always, Sante to you and the wife, Kev, residing in Berlin. To Sante and Prost. Riddle's going to have my head for saying that wrong. Enjoys karting, hiking and walking his dogs in between all of that. Currently P3 at the minute. Looks like Liam's put a lap on the board too. Stick aboard with the Mustang drivers. He's heading into the Melrose hairpin. I've not seen much of Kev this week, in all fairness, in the Mustang at least. He's been sporting the GT2. and with good success. Currently in P4, 9 tenths behind current leader Alan Briz Brown, who's absolutely bloody flying. Nice job from Briz there. Oh, Kevin just pulling off to the side there. The man from Colmar will have to wind up and go again. Chris Penrose currently P2 at the minute. He's going to be having a fun old week as Chris Penrose, the 37-year-old, living from the Isle of Man. I'll tell you what, the TT's on at the minute. Saw a little clip from him earlier on within the Discord of the bikes flying by. Well done to the number 44 for just coming out of the way there. Down the pit exit, not impeding the man from the Isle of Man on his lap. Because Chris is on a G25. His favourite driver is a Senna, which the livery is a dead giveaway there. Favourite track is Monza. Hobbies include F1, cricket, gaming, and the British Touring Car Series. And it's always fun to have him on the track. Chris, I'm pretty sure he's still hunting for his first podium here on the JR GT Challenge Series. Could this be the night for the Isle of Man driver? Select Star Racing Car. McLaren 720S. Currently leading the way on a 26.5. Briz not too far behind him. Andrew Brooker 6 tenths. They're still in the 27s from the man from the south of England. Hello to Bracky. Did the GPU crash? How's Nord doing? Is my nephew. Nord, I believe, has got a lot of negative ballast on tonight, so hopefully we'll see an improvement from here on, the number 15 Ferrari driver. We will have an onboard with him, and if you're shouting for any cars tonight, if you're supporting anyone out there, let us know, and we'll have an onboard. We'll just let Chris finish up his lap. Is this an improvement? Currently on a 26.5. Last lap, no improvement from Chris. Canage, so that's Blair, doing a good job. The number 7, 720S driver. Let me just check my notes a second to see if Esplaza has got any points on the board. I believe he has. 2 points. So currently sporting -9 ballast tonight. Hopefully we'll see the American improve on his times. The Lutkin sporting the least amount of ballast tonight on -13 ballast. It's good to see him in the AF Corsa Ferrari. Liam Barker, the dark horse of the night, as I was saying, just in the like, chat and comms there. He's been improving all week. We've seen him dip into the 26s. A 26.7 was set yesterday in one of his final practice sessions on the Serpa. A man that's been improving all week. I've got him for a podium tonight. At the very least, it's going to be a tough ask. But I think if the BMW driver can put it all together, Liam Barker could be a real force to contend with tonight. The Times have been suggesting it for our 36-year-old man out of Cheshire, UK. Hopefully the BAC representative out on track tonight can do a good job within the server. I'm sure he can. I'm looking forward to seeing what the man from Cheshire can do. Currently trying his own track limits. Indeed, look, there we go. Mr. Rory Horse now. He's currently part of the boom vortex of the Lamborghini Evolution 2. The well represented out there by Rory. Rory, the 46-year-old living out of Bognor Regis, is a dementia sport worker, so all our hats are firmly off to this man. Has not had a lot of rest this week. Indeed, not a lot of rest today. He's had a few power naps during the day, so see what the Lamborghini Evolution 2 driver can do. He's a great dad and enjoys racing sims, gaming, and jamming on a bass guitar. He's currently sat inside of the top 10 position. Lovely Senna livery on the McLaren. I have to agree with you. Big time there, my friend. Alan Brown is in-game livery. He's in-game one. He is currently P5 in the championship, P6 in the championship, sporting +5 ballast tonight. Had a great outing, must be said, at Kyalami, where he hit his fastest lap he's ever done there, a 40.3. The man was absolutely flying. See what the FRL driver can do tonight. Hopefully he has a good one. Alan Brown, 43 years of age, from Northampton. He's currently only 5 minutes from the Silverton circuit, so that's a good earful in the morning, I imagine, on track days. What a cool place to live. Been on PC sim racing for about 2 years now, and I firmly raced this man through PC and on console. He's an all-round good bloke. Mr. Alan Brown is currently sporting a next level rig with the CSL Elite with F1 carbon wheel pedals, and says that he has a 36 inches. Now, that could be his monitor screen. I'll leave it up to you lot to decide at home. Hobbies include sim racing, bird watching on the beach. Another thing I'll leave to you guys to decipher there. Looks like Jay Randall's just trying to come out the pit lane now, but he is. Somebody must be on the lap. They're looking out there. Trying to get a picture of Mr. Nord now. He's just in P8 at the minute. Hey Nord, there we go, Racky. Racky's nephew out on track there. Hey Nord, the number 15. Ferrari driver. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Again, if you haven't already, do leave a like on the stream. If not for me, then all the boys out on track for your viewing pleasure. They come in week in, week out, and they always set an absolute example, and it's good to see them out there. Godfordona, across the line, P12, a couple of attempts, we'll see him move up the order. We've gathered some of the very best online sim racers in our ACC community for your viewing pleasure tonight, and to showcase their skills in what will be an action-packed 1 hour race. Currently just under 8 minutes left of this session to do. I want to quickly add, as always on the channel, a massive thank you to you at home for tuning in, supporting, watching, and a massive thank you to all the drivers on track tonight. If you're here supporting a Pacific car, Pacific driver, let it be known in a live chat. We'll get the camera on those guys. And yeah, supporting, wishing them luck. This series is made possible by you drivers in the JR servers that join us week in, week out. A big thank you to each one of you. You all know who you are. And a special mention to all the admin team across the Discord that help not just with the standings, with the liveries, just managing it day to day, basically. Massive thank you to all those guys. I shouldn't say thank you too much though, guys, because we'll start getting big heads and competent. But it is what it is. Currently leading the way, Chris Penrose on a 26.5. Andrew Brooker, 18 thousandths of a second trailing behind. Hey, no, let's see what he can do. Let's have a little on board with him. Big championship implications tonight, especially with some of the boys that are missing from tonight's stream, because the point difference is very, very clear. Across the line, no improvement that time by Earnhardt. Hopefully we'll see him go further up the order. It's next up, Richard Rory's still in there. Delo Reject still in the pit. Kevin Hodge is coming across to start his lap again. I tell you what, there's only a temp between him and Liam Barker. The man, the 782 from Call My Friends. We'll see how he gets on tonight. P5 at the minute, so still in a really good place. And again, Kev is currently P2 in the championship. So he needs to just try and put on as many points on the board as possible tonight. Kev's spotting 43 points. Closest man next to him is Mateus. He is currently 4 points off Kev, but he's not here tonight, so there's a chance for Kev to pull out some gaps here. Zeman also not with us tonight, unfortunately, and he was only a matter of 5 points behind Kev after for this round, so his nearest rival there to pull out some points, so would be Liam Barker on 33 points. There's 10-point difference between those boys tonight, so Liam really needs to try and get in front of Kev. Something to look out for tonight in the championship standings. Kev just getting it wrong through the foggy S's there. On board with Jamie Quinton, a man that's been absolutely hammering it all week, trying to put those laps in, trying to improve on his lap times, and he really has. In the final session, and I mean the final session of the one we just watched there, Jamie Quinton finally got into the 26s. He'd been trying all week, got a little down and out because he wasn't finding that pace, and suddenly has found it. That's not where he's going to find it though, but he had found his way into the 26s, so expected to see some good things from him tonight. Currently in P6. Couple of attempts for the man to find. Obviously we'll keep an eye on Jamie, see if he can repeat the feats of free practice. The man, 25 years old, racing out of Runcorn, England. We'll see how he gets on tonight. Big Liverpool fan, enjoys engineering, construction, racing, getting angry on games, as I always say we all do. And he's a very charming lover, a very fuller lover by all accounts. This is his words, not mine. Nobody's putting words into my mouth. This is what the drivers put down on their own driver card. And be it an all-in-dot, doesn't matter where he finishes, as long as he tries to beat his brother in arms, Mr. Liam Barker, the number 8. A couple of spots between them at the minute. Hello, David Wiseman. Go Penrose, exactly, and he's doing a fantastic job. I'm quite surprised. I've seen Andrew Brooker and Briz set super competitive lap time. I mean, low 26s, and Chris is more than capable of doing that too. But at the minute, he's in a fantastic place, David. Briz is winding up to go again. Look how close it is between the top 3 positions. It's super close. Briz may be on a lap here. He's not gone out wide to set up, so is this going to be a quicker lap for the FRL racing driver? No improvement at 26.7. Let's try and get an on board. Andrew Brooker, theoretically, probably go a bit quicker at the minute. His best time is a 26.5. His last was a 26.3. A 26.6 rather. Maybe an validation. Something not right with the time boss there. But welcome, and it's good to see you in, David Wiseman. I'm expecting Andrew Brooker, the championship leader, to go a bit quicker at the minute. Just in the background there, I think we did just see Mr. Chris Penrose. So with 2.5 minutes left on the clock, the drivers are going to get a lap, maybe a lap or 2 in. As Andrew Brooker heads into Hollywood through the corner curves, navigating the old hairpin now. Currently P2 at the minute, still in a good fighting position. Chris Penrose with a bit of love in the chat, the live chat there. David Wiseman supporting the Senna tribute livery of the McLaren around the track, currently in P1. I was just saying to the audience just before this race that I don't think Chris has scored a podium with us yet on the server, so it'd be fantastic to see him up there. And what an absolute barnstormer Chris is having at the minute. Number 86 McLaren Evolution 2 driver is currently P1. It is tight towards the front. Brown, I just noticed there, look, it's still close. There's a 10th separating 1, 2 and 3. Brown takes that spot. Chris is going to be wanting to get that one back. Alan Brown with 26.4. Apologies guys, I missed that one from Brown. Chris doing a fantastic job. Chris was telling me earlier on he's going to set 25s, and I told him, well, I'd be impressed to bloody see it, because I've been trying to get 25s all week, and I managed to get it just towards the end a bit. It was a close one. Can Chris respond to Alan Brown, the Aston now, across the line? No improvement yet. Currently looking like an Aston at the front, and that was Brooker. That's the end of his qualifying session. He was out wide there at the end of Redgate, maybe got on the power a little bit too early. Oh, he's going to be kicking himself. He knows he can go quicker. The 992 driver, super consistent. Chris takes a lot of curb on the inside of the old hairpin past Starkey's Bridge into McLean's. We're going to have an on-board with Chris. I don't believe that Brown is in front of him, so let's go board. It might get a bit noisy, this McLaren loud, when we do the on-board. Bear with us into the start of Cops. This is going to be the last lap, the last chance for Chris to really try and pull in on Brown, otherwise it's going to be an Aston starting this one off. Through the Melbourne on the power nice and early. TC1, the man from there, the man feeling very confident with the TC levels into Goddard. He needs to get this one right. A lot of understeer initially, but managed. Oh, it's a kick, and that is definitely. Oh, he bails on the lap. He bails on it. Jay Randall's next up. Best is a 27.6. Can he improve? The man from it. What an improvement at the air, up to P5. The man from Sunderland with a proprietor helmet on. He must be very happy with that lap time. We do have cars still on our lap. It's not showing me, Kinetic across the line, P10 for the man, and I believe that was Justin just in the background. Was indeed. is Liam for the final time. More than capable of being in the 26s, has been improving every single lap. Is this another 25? Does he move up? He doesn't. He doesn't. That is the grid for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to round off with Alan Brown in P1, Chris Penrose P2, Andrew Brooker and Liam Backer rounding off the top two rows of the grid. Fantastic showing. Perhaps behind them, a very impressive run from Jason Randalls and the number 12 McLaren. Just following on from that, as you see just on the right hand side of the grid, will be Kevin Hadge and Jamie Quinton, Justin Pozowski, D. Lucan, Rory Horse, Devil's Reject, Nodus Kanek. Nord and Esplay will round off the back row of the grid. We've got just under a minute and a half to go before we do the full formation lap of Donington. And just we'll waffle into it just a little bit with 14 people currently watching. Welcome race fans to round 4. We have a minute before we get into the big one, the GT Challenge Series, brought to you by BP Tuning in a partnership with the JR server. Today we are in Leicestershire, England, at one of the oldest and most iconic sporting venues in the UK, Donington Park, located near Castle Donington. This 120,000 capacity track was opened in 1931, and its current layout hosts 12 corners that span 4 kilometres and just under 2.5 miles. Over the course of 4 rounds, we've seen the Porsche 992 of Andrew Brooker, currently lining up in P3 of course, lead the championship with a respectable 64 points, with the rest of the pack firmly on his heels, with Kevin Hadge holding P2 with only a 5-point gap to P4. It's all to play for towards the front, with the championship standing being much the same throughout the entire field, with only mere points separating the rest of the field of drivers. With practice held throughout the week, a few cars to take note of will be Andrew Brooker, the Aston Martin of Alan Brown, of course Chris Penrose coming out of absolute nowhere, and my dark horse for the night would be Liam Barker as well, to have a good one. Good shout out to all the boys. Buckle up everyone as we're about to go racing. Alright, we're about to go. Chris is going to lead us away. Just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, while we get this through. I said Chris is going to lose it. It's actually Alan Brown. And I believe this might be his first, not his front row start, but definitely leading the pack away from P1. Yes. He's not going to have it his own way though. Alan Brown is going to be hunted down by the likes of Chris Penrose and Andrew Brooker, who are going to be in the mix. They're not going to be easy to shake off. See what the 43-year-old man from Northampton can actually do while leading this pack away. The drivers have been well informed within the driver briefing in German and English alike of what we expect from each and every one of them out on track tonight. Good to see Kinetic out on track and with us too. Kinetic is born in Costa del South Yorkshire. Welcome in, lad. Apparently in 1981, but it could be 1881, who knows. Has been racing ACC since April. He's an old avid racer and has some experience in the real world racing. Has also crashed a Vauxhall at the Nordschleife, and I believe a V-dub too. Well, there's something for the CV. Alright boys, we're coming up into Cops now. Boys, just trying to get some heat in the tyres. Brown's going to lead the way with Chris Penrose following behind Andrew Brooker and Liam Barker on the second row of the grid. See what sort of starts to get. The Aston predominantly usually not great off the line with the turbo lag. Liam Barker there, my dark horse pick of the night, but he is being closely followed by Jason Randalls. You see there the number 1 covered in orange on the left hand side of your screen. That tells you that they have one mandatory pit stop tonight. They must change tyres. So when that goes green, we know that they've come inside the pit lane and they have changed the tyres. Jason Randalls just behind the Rundy JC Academy driver. And a fantastic job to be with us tonight. Kevin Hadge and D. Lupkin. Justin Pozowski, the number 44, with the very cool livery, it must be said. Jamie Quinton, P9, so I wasn't expecting that one. Let's go up towards the front of our grid, so we don't miss a thing. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, who's your money on? Who are we looking at tonight? Let's get into it. This is going to be round number 4 of the GT Challenge Series. hosted by the JR server in partnership with BP Tuning. Donington, it's a love-hate relationship for most drivers out on track. We're coming around the final corner now of Goddard's. The drivers have lined up 2 by 2 at the Wheatcross Straight. Here we go, boys. We're going to go racing. Briz going to lead them away. Have a great race, all Rocky. Let's go. Round 4, GT Challenge Championship. Let's go racing, and we already do have a drive-through penalty there. I'll get rid of it. Just keep going, Jamie. As we were back here. It's much the same. Does Liam manage to get back on the track? Because he is technically side by side with these boys. Briz in the lead. Chris Penrose, Brooker. Good job by all the boys coming down the hill. Back doing a fantastic job. Jay Randall behind, followed by Justin Borty. Kevin Hadge, where is he? P7 at the minute. Needs to move up forward of the grid. D. Lucan was closely followed behind now, not too far behind, and it looked like Kev giving a little look there to Justin in front. Jimmy Quinton in the Red Bull livery, followed by Rory Horton in Nord P11. The track and guys are still very, very close together. Back towards the front of this one, Chris Penrose trying to hunt down the likes of Alan Brown as we head down the Starkey Straight into the Foggy S's. Very important now not to pick up any time penalties in these first couple of laps on off tracks. The boys all get free on track before the stewards come out. Oh, was that a move back there? Liam on the inside. He's trying to make some time up early. The BMW driver. Is he going to have the inside here? Has Brooker got the inside for this one? He has. He's going to send the BMW driver around the long way. Just in the background. Is that a move on there? I thought it was a move on there. But it's going to get very close between these two boys. Oh, the side by side. Are they side by side? That looks super close. Is Liam going to think about throwing up the inside? He throws it back. We're in an internal battle here. Looking on board with Chris Penrose from the rear. You can just about make out that Andrew Brooker just got that. Is Liam trying to come back up the inside again into the old hairpin? Not this time. So as you were, the battling. Just allowing the likes of Alan Brown and Chris Penrose just to eke out a second here and there. Well, we've got a break in this traffic. I do have to return to pit just very, very quickly. I apologise, ladies and gentlemen. Clear 1. There we go. Back to it. Apologise. Alan Brown leading the way and eking out a little bit of a gap of over 5 tenths now. Meanwhile, Brooker must be glad to see the ass end of the BMW there. That's a fantastic camera angle of the Porsche's rear wing. Not going to see too much. But it looks like, is that Jay Randall's just in the background, just having a look? It is with Justin, they're side by side now. Into the Melbourne hairpin. The McLaren driver absolutely puts one on. Justin into the Melbourne hairpin. Good driving, respectable between the two of them as they enter Goddard's. We're of course on board with Liam Barker, the BSC man. Well represented. Dark horse of the night. Alan Brown fastest lap of the race. Good racing between the boys. We might have a bit of a battle a bit further back in the package, you know. But at the minute, it's as you were. Alan Brown, Chris Penrose, Andrew Brooker with an almighty battle there with Liam for a lap, especially earlier on. Liam may be figuring out that Andrew Brooker, the number 13992 driver, struggles with them tyres initially for the first couple of laps, so maybe Liam thinking he could make a move early and try and get that one done. But the pride of the south of England manages to hold back the man from Cheshire. But he's not done yet. There's a bit of a gap form back here. Give me a second. Jamie under fire a little bit as Lucan behind him. Rory not too far behind him, so a bit of a pack starting to form here. Oh, I tell you what, it's looking good for a move into what is... God, it wasn't. It was in McLean's. My bad. Cops, sorry. And back on there. Jamie's trying to put back one on. It's not over yet. The 25-year-old racing out of Runcorn, England. He's trying to fight this one tooth and nail, but he has got to concede that one. Lives to fight another day. A lot of track cuts, I think, initially there by the boys. It's getting interesting back here, boys. It's getting very interesting. Oh, and a move maybe from Rory on the inside. Looking back there was a definitely attack from Kev. Was it Kev? It was all the way back into P11. Unfortunately, I think that's going to be a time penalty. We will have to review the footage. Obviously, none of these drivers intentionally do this kind of thing, and Skyler just in the background too, having a bit of a moment. Looks like Kev's coming in for an early pit stop there. The first one to bite, maybe thinking he just needs to get out of this traffic. And that might have been Rocky's nephew there, just involved in the battling towards the end. But Kev coming in, taking his pit stop. Kev is a clean driver. Kev will not have meant to have made the contact there with the traffic. Just backing up, just catching the guys out. Jamie has Rory breathing down his neck. Let's go on board with Mr. Ritual Horse, aka Rory. Coming up through Stackers Bridge into McLean's now. Very different lines there. Jamie with a more conventional line, while Rory holds a tighter line there. Up into Cops. I do want to start seeing what that battle's like at the front, because it looks like, I tell you what, Brooker is closing down on the likes of Chris. Tell you what a line from Rory down at the Starkey Straight now. Will he have a run here? Will he think about going? He gives him a look. He thinks better of it though as they head into the Foggy S's. Some mature driving there by the Lamborghini Evolution 2 driver. Let's go a little further up our field. Kev has got his pit stop under wraps. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen. We're looking on the back of board, Chris Penrose, and that is the 992. Our current championship leader, Andrew Brooker, closely following behind. Podium spots at the minute, Alan Brown, Chris Penrose and Andrew Brooker. But despite heating up, Alan Brown pulled out 2 seconds to these boys at the minute. And I tell you what, Liam is there in the background, ready to pick up any pieces that may fall his way. Into the old hairpin. So we have definitely 2 packs of cars all unfolding here. We do need to keep an extra eye on the likes of Kevin Hart. With his pit stop early, he's been one that's called some strategies when it comes to the pit lane, and he's definitely picked up a few positions because of it. So will the early pit stop work for the man from Colmar? It's yet to be seen. But it's a very early pit stop. With 53 minutes left of this one to go, he's going to have to do 53 minutes on a set of tyres. What's the tyre deck going to be like at the end of this one? The Mustang itself does go pretty hard on the tyres, especially under the acceleration. Andrew Brooker with a little bit of a look there. 2 different lines by both drivers. Briz with a further 3 attempts. $20 people have come in and liked the stream, and I cannot thank you all enough. I really do appreciate that support. I say it every time, I'm not just blowing smoke at your ass. It means a lot to me. It means a lot that you come in and support these drivers that are out on track tonight. Of course, we are missing a few familiar names of the likes of Doug Tilley, Rod Matt, Tom Ventures, and Zeman tonight, so I hope those boys all get well. I hope that they're feeling better and can join us in the next round, which is Suzuka. Tonight though, it's all about Donington, and the boys have been practicing hard all week for this one. Heading up past into McLean's now. Bit of dust thrown up there, that was Briz definitely throwing up. Bit of mud there. Difference of lines. But it looks like we've definitely got a battle forming here as we head into Cots. Let's go on board with Andrew Brooker, the championship leader, and just see what he's seeing, maybe giving Chris in front just a look. Heading down the Stacky Straight into the Foggy S's now. See the bright pink livery of Alan Brown in front, leading this one, but hasn't pulled as much of a gap. It was a 10th over the last lap. Chris looked at this and gives him a look. He's just trying to put the Isle of Man driver off. Both with good drives out of there too. Good driving by both of these guys. Now here's another thing. Will we see any strategy being formed by either one of these drivers? Will one of them feel they're being held up coming to the pit earlier on? Will one of them try and dive in and try and break a gap? It's difficult to say. Usually with a full field, getting stuck in traffic would be an issue for that early pit stop, but as we're a bit depleted tonight, I don't think it's going to slow him down as much. It's all about that tyre degradation, right? And we have had a few punctures during the practice sessions. 10 minutes down of round number 4 of the GT Challenge Series. Some racing going on back there too. We're going to have a put on board. I hope I don't miss anything, but we've got some battling going on. It looks like Justin's trying to catch up onto the back of Jason Randall's now, the other Porsche driver, with a very cool livery on. Jay Randall's in P5. This will be... Oh, and just as I come on board, I nearly Murray Walker the hell out of Justin there. Jesus, that was a commentator's curse. It was 5 attempts. I think Jay, if he nails the next couple of corners, he's going to pull out a further couple of attempts. But that's music to Jason Randall's ears as Justin just gets it wrong on the exit of there. Always better to come off the throttle than it is to stay on it. Moving back towards the front again. Andrew Brooker still trying to find a way around Chris, but Chris holding firm, holding a great line, and maybe with these two starting to fight one another, giving each other a look. The man there from Cheshire in the background, Liam Barker, the number 8, is just catching on to the back of him. We'll keep an eye on that gap. It's a 1.8 at the minute. We'll see what it is when they go across the line, then we'll keep an eye on it and we'll work out if Liam in the background is catching. It definitely visually looks like he is. Alright, the gap's 2 seconds from Liam, from Andrew Brooker and Chris in front. 10 minutes down. Justin into the pits. So Justin into the pits while this cameraman takes a day off. You see the man just coming in there and he's into his stop. He'll be putting a fresh pair of tyres on and he'll be coming out. Let's see where he comes out. But again, it's him and Kev both have now taken their pit stops. Skylar, P9, holding a good respectable position. Skylar doing a good job. Oh no, every time I have the commentator's curse, man. And Devil's Reject there, aka Kinetic, from the south of Yorkshire, the pride of the south of Yorkshire. We'll be figuring out he might have a bit of a fight on his hands here. I think Jamie's into the pits too, you know. Jay Quinton, number 1, BMW comes in early, there he is. Just coming in for his stop now. Maybe I've impeded him with my car there. Gets it stopped, and that's Justin. Just heading out now for his pit stop. I'm not sure he's going to be coming out into any traffic whatsoever. So good pit stop by the number 44 and Jamie in. Now these boys getting a very early stop in. We're going to have to wait and see if it pays off to the boys. Kevin had, of course, the first man that did do his pit stop, and just you can see there. That is Alan Brown, our leader of this race so far. So you can see what a pit stop kind of costs here, especially when you're involved in having to slow up in that concertina effect and accidents alike. And maybe Kev's pretty bloody quick, so I'm not sure Alan's going to catch up with him at any point, but if he does, where it's safe to come out the way, of course you do. Drive-through was a bit... I got rid of it for you, Jamie, my friend. I never saw a drive-through on there, my dude. I got rid of it from the start, bro. But don't worry about it. The start infringements, I understand, my friend, but we did get rid of the start infringements. Don't worry about it. Chris Penrose's been hunted down by the likes of Andrew Brooker. I tell you what, these boys are just starting to gap just a little bit. The gap was 2 seconds, if you remember when we watched it last time, to Liam Barker behind the number 8 BMW M4 driver. It's now 2.4 seconds. So 4 attempts have been pulled out there. We're just going into the last timing section now, as anything we get a further couple of attempts pulled out. So these boys starting to drop the hammer a little bit. But Liam in a perfect spot should anything happen. We've got pit stops running in this one too. The boys have got to be perfect. The blood, sweat and gears driver. Through Goddard's. A quick on board there, the bus battle on track. I tell you what, those reject bus gears is pretty close onto the back of A North there. Or rather, S Blair. Apologise for getting that one wrong. That's a battle we may have to go and have a look at, you know. All the while being very impressed with Mr. Lupkin too, the number 51 Ferrari driver, spotting the least amount of ballast tonight. Pete Lupkin, 35 years old, born in Lower Saxony, Germany. Currently resides in Bremen and has his own band. Enjoys gaming, motorbikes, and is racing on a Fnac CSL Elite with the V2 wheel. It's good to have you in the lobby, my friend, and thank you for taking the time to come and join this one. But I do want to see what the man from South Yorkshire is up to right now. Because he is closing in. That gap doesn't look like 3 tenths of the minute. This is pretty close. It's back to 4, so providing these boys get through this section of track, and tell you what, the 992 does look very dominant in that section of track. He pulls it right back coming into the Melbourne hairpin. But it's as you were. 45 minutes left of this race to go. And again, for you at home, we've gathered some of the very best online racers in our ACC community for your viewing pleasure to showcase their skills in what would be an action-packed 45 minutes now of this race left to go. Liam holding on, a bit of a wiggle in the background. Let's go and have a look what's happening with Mr. Del's reject there, because he is closing in. Apparently, according to my Delta, he was over a couple of times. Let's go board with the Evo driver, and he does have his sights set there in front. That does look like a Ferrari. It is. It's A-Nord. That's Rocky's nephew leading the way in front. Down into third there. But P9 and 10 definitely going to have this one. Tell you what, A-Nord must have pulled out a few seconds in that lap. Maybe a mistake there from Mr. Kinetic Stringwell himself, but still going very strong. P10 at the minute, however, the likes of Justin, Kevin Hadge and Quinton have all taken their pit stops. So Justin be putting the hammer down. He's leading the way with the people that have taken their pit stops so far. Jimmy Quinton also taking his pit stop. Not happy with the drive-through he got off the start lane infringement, but nothing to be worried about in the slightest. Skylar Blair, number 7. Best lap of the minute is a 1 minute 30, currently holding P8. Pit stops to come, Roy Horse. In a bit of no man's land at the minute, 5 seconds in front to him is D. Lupkin, who's just coming through that section of track now, so a couple of corners ahead. But it does give Rory something to aim on. D. Lupkin, not from Saxony, Germany, doing a good job. Obviously, just behind there with Skylar Blair. He does have the likes of Jamie Quinton behind, I believe that is. So maybe the timing balls have to catch up a little bit, but Sky Blair, 19 years old from California, USA, enjoys aviation racing and model building. Racing also on a Fanatic CSLE with the McLaren GT freewheel. And we wish our American driver some good luck tonight. That gap looks a lot bloody closer than it did last time. These boys putting on a show for you at home, and it's fantastic to see. Liam maybe just pacing himself just in the background now, hoping that these boys take a little bit out of one another. Thank you ever so much for the support on the YouTube channel, wherever you tuned in from. I appreciate it very, very much. A lot of curve being taken there by the 992 driver. Of course, before getting into this one, I said a few cars of note for you to viewers to keep an eye on at home would be the championship leader, who you're just viewing behind there. Oh, Kev into the boards. Maybe come out of the way of Grizz there, but it definitely looked like an accident. The Aston Martin of Alan Brown, who's currently leading this one, P1 with the fastest lap of the race. I was right in some technical term. And the dark horse of Liam Barker. Chris Penrose looking. Oh, that's wide, right? That is wide. That is going to allow the 992 to try and fight back here. They're going to be side by side. Is he going to try the cutback? Yeah, no way to do it. Has a little look, nothing doing, but that's going to be some encouragement for Andrew Brooker behind, that maybe the tyres of that McLaren just starting to see better days now. And of course, Chris being the absolute dark horse, I never give him a mention once. He's looking for his first podium here with us on the JR server. The man from the Isle of Man always runs well with us, regardless of what track it is. It would be fantastic to see the 86 get a result tonight, as it would for all the drivers. At the minute, Riz is going to take over. It's still a long way to go. I just want to remind everybody at home, with 42 minutes to go, it's anybody's race at the minute, regardless of times and sectors. But leading the way in the championship, we've seen the Porsche 992 of Andrew Brooker, which just seemed just behind Chris there. So Chris being hunted down by the championship leader. He's on a respectable 64 points, and the rest of the pack firmly on his heels with Kevin Hadge. He's having a bit of a mare at the minute. There was an accident coming out of Melbourne hairpin, I believe. That may have been with Renault. I think it was. Replay yet to be seen. And Kevin Hadge in P2. This could have some implications, but there is a drop round here on the GT Challenge Series, so a bad result is not going to see you out of the picture, you know. You'll drop your worst result of the season, and it should allow those that can't make a round essentially to still be in the championship. Hello to Renaud Dimar. Go Dirk. Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job, you know. He's not spotting any ballast on tonight. In fact, he's got -14 as Dirk Lupkin, the 35-year-old born out of Lower Saxony, Germany, and currently driving out of Bremen. I tell you what, is Andrew looking for a move around the outside? This will be brave by the 992 driver. Space has to be given by both these boys. Chris doesn't give an inch. All fares in love and war, but the 35-year-old D looked to doing a fantastic job, currently in P6 at the minute, and on merit. couple of pit stops need to be done by all the boys yet. Early pit stoppers were Justin Pazowski, Kevin Hadge, and Jamie Quinton. Jamie not happy. How is he 2 laps down? I knew he had a drive-through, but we got rid of that one off the start lane, at the start infringement. Oh, that sucks if I've not seen it. But welcome in, Renaud Dumas. Dumas, are you the Lexus driver by any chance that we see in our lobbies? If not, I apologise. Just trying to put faces to cars. Still locked in a turtle fight for P2 at the minute, and Nate Brown must be loving this one. Briz has pulled out 5.4 second gap to these boys. So with 39 minutes left of this race to go, you'd think the battle's on for P2. Currently podium spots, Alan Brown, Chris Penrose and Andrew Brooker, who looks pretty close at that camera angle, but looks can be deceiving. Nope. Well, I appreciate the reply, my friend. I apologise for having you mixed up there. But your man's doing well in P6 at the minute. Fantastic job. Liam doing a great job. He was my dark horse of the night, and if he finishes P4, he's going for a lot of points and moving up the order big time. Big championship implications tonight as the boys are only separated by a couple of points either way. Jay Randall's coming across the line. The 720S driver, the Rundy Juicy Academy. P5, and I don't think he was expecting to be P5 in all honesty with his least amount of practice he's probably had over the course of the rounds that we've had. I'm pretty sure he wasn't expecting a P5 anyway, but I'm not going to count the chickens until they've completely hatched. Did we lose somebody that's done a pit stop? I'm sure we did. 3 people that have done a pit stop there. I apologise if I missed them. Dirk and I drove the BMW and Monza together. Right. I've 100% seen your name somewhere. That's why I was trying to put a name to paper, essentially. My bad. Dirk Lucan now, the number 51 Ferrari driver of the AF Course team. Doing a fantastic job. He is in a bit of no man's land, but that's not a bad thing when you're locked in one of these. You can just get your head down, concentrate on your own lines. You're not under pressure from behind. The Rory's not too far behind. So he is going to know that Rory in the Lamborghini is not that far behind at all. But I'm almost sure we had 3 people that had completed a pit stop there. I think we've lost Kev, actually, from the server, unfortunately. I don't think he's had a great one with us. Of course, there is a drop round him, but it is unfortunate to lose the man from Colmar, France. Sante, Kev, I appreciate you coming in. Appreciate you driving. Obviously, it's a difficult track. I understand. Liam's still on the case. So we've just seen Briz there in the background go past the Stackers Bridge, and still these two locked in an internal battle. Gap to Alan Brown in front with 15 laps done in this race is 5.2. Maybe Britt's just pacing himself a little bit, but we'll see the sector times come through here as it increased. 5.5, yeah, 3 temps pulled out. Feel just at the moment that Andrew Brooker has the edge in pace all around the lap. But Chris doing an absolute monumental job of putting that McLaren just in the right places, where it's impossible for the 992 driver to really make a move without a big sense. Chris doing a good job. P2 at the minute. Well, welcome to the 17 people currently watching on the YouTube channel. I appreciate every single one of you, where you're watching from around the world. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for supporting the drivers out on track tonight. Donington, 36 minutes left of this race to go. 2 of the drivers taking a pit stop. We did lose Kev, unfortunately, from the race. I'm pretty sure he wasn't having a great one with us. But you're looking at Chris Penrose, the 37-year-old living out of the Isle of Man, racing on a G29 of all bloody things. I think you can guess the livery there. That is a Senna fan, favourite driver. Of course, he has been chased down by championship leader Andrew Brooker. If positions stay the same, he's definitely going to have the championship lead going into this one, because Briz, who's in P1, Alan Brown was in P6 on 32 points. But Briz is going to cut into the lead just a little bit but he's going to be comfortable. But again, you've still got 35 minutes left of this race. Anything can happen. And we do want to give everyone a fair shout on track tonight. Whoever you are, whoever you're supporting, let us know in the live chat. We'll put the camera on them and we'll see how we get on. Liam Barker, the BAC, racing, representing the boys. Doing a fantastic job, has improved all week from start to finish. He really has. He was my dark horse of the race before we got into this one. I was spotting him to be right up there, and he's not disappointed so far tonight. Straight into the 28, straight into the 27s, and then very, very recently has started to put his PBs in of 26.7. So he's been improving all week. Fantastic job. Just behind him is Jay Randalls. He's a latecomer into the championship. He's a very busy man, works his absolute butt off, this guy does. Full-time arsonist of buses. He's a bus driver. He doesn't have much luck with them, unfortunately, but it's fantastic to see him out on track with us tonight. You'll see the names just down the side of my jaw. That's him and his son there, so a very nice touch there to the boys and his son. Doing a fantastic job in P5. This will be a great bunch of points there for the man from Sunderland. Coming up behind him is D. Looking with a lot of support in the chat. It must be said, Renault, Demar, giving that. It looks like some damage on the front end of that. Alright, out to rear. Have we seen a moment there with D. Looking, or have I just not spotted that throughout there? It'd be something weird that I've not spotted, but there's a lot of damage on there. And then with a pit stop thrown in, will he fix the damage? It's a 30-second pit stop regardless if we've got to change those tyres. But if he doesn't have the damage checked off, he could find himself sat there for longer. And again, Rory's not too far behind, just gets it wrong there into McLean's. So this is it, Rory's not too far behind of him in the Lamborghini, and not an ounce of damage on that car either. Sky Blair into the pit near Nord 2. Sky Blair into the pit lane. And Nord also into the pit lane. I don't understand what this camera angle's about from the race director, but those two into the pits, taking their stops. Closest battle out on track as well as Dirk. Just coming around the final Melbourne hairpin, just putting his laps in. Maybe this is the point now where we'll see a lot of the cars come in. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Dole's reject, making Connecticut from South Yorkshire. Then Quinton not too far behind him. Will we see a few cars jump into the pits here? Jay Randall thinks better of it. Liam's still out on track too, just exiting Starkey's Bridge into McLean's. Can we see the battling happening ahead from the BMW M4 driver? His camera was upside down, so he was crashing. Well, his camera was upside down. I never saw the crash, unfortunately, but I did see that there was a lot of damage on the front end of the car, and I'm not seeing. There we go. You've just seen exiting the Foggy S's there. The yellow car of the 992 and also Chris Penrose. So I think Liam just starting to pace himself at the minute. Good line through the Foggy S's. And we might see some pit stops coming in. Dean Lupkins into the pits. The man from Saxony, Germany, goes in for his pit stop. Will he fix the damage on the car? Because he was in a battle with Rory, right? There was about 6 seconds on the board between the Ferrari driver and the Lamborghini Evolution driver. So will they fix that damage? We'll see what happens, but he's definitely there. And we see another guy just coming into the pits there. That's Liam coming in for his special stop, I believe. P4. So this just needs to be perfect from the boys at the minute. Looked like a tidy stop there for the number 8. BMW M4 driver of Liam Barker. Do you know, I don't think I've got his name wrong once tonight, but on board with Rory. And you remember, he was in a fight here with the likes of D. Lutgren. Rory yet to take his pit stop. Oh, and I should say that was probably good timing, right? I should buy a lottery ticket. That was a good prediction. Rory into the pot. D. Lutgren with a stop and go 30. He must have speeded in the pit lane. So what we'll do is to make this fair, give me a second, boys, as we sort this one out. We were on board with Mr. Rory Ross, wasn't we? That's going to make things interesting. There was some speeding in the pit lane from the number 51. However, we don't want to break the racing up. So we've removed the stop and go 30, which would have absolutely killed Dirk's race. Removed the stop and go, added a 5-second penalty. Oh, just, my God, in the background. Was that a Nord? Super sideways, thank God. Oh, it just about missed him. Hopefully a Nord can carry on now. It doesn't look like he's going to. It looks like this might be a return to the pit situation from the number 15. It is. It's in RTG, unfortunately. I tell you what, I bet Liam absolutely, if you've got any children at home, close their ears, shit his pants as they come around that section of track. The man in P4. On Brown leading the way, and he's not had too much in the way of camera time tonight because he's just been absolutely flawless from the lights out to right this second. And we lost Nord from the race, unfortunately. But Brown doing a fantastic job. Leading the way. Got to take his pit stop yet. Chris Penrose into the pit. I've only just noticed. Can I get a view of Chris Penrose while he's out in the pit lane? Of course, he's in a fight with Andrew Brooker, and he's away now. So it's up to Andrew Brooker. When will Brooker go? Will he try and do a few more laps? It's something we really need to keep an eye out on. There goes Chris. Obviously, now, what we've got to do, and Liam just in the background there, is keep an eye on Andrew Brooker and see if any uppercuts been done by the Pride of the South. Liam just coming around the paddock up the corners, but he does have the likes of Jay who was behind him to take his pit stop. Is this the lap? So he stays out. Keep the ball, but Jay Randall's now. Wheel head motor was the issue. Right. Thank God I've just got a crappy setup, my friend. I'm on a TV. It's on a desk. It's a bit of a ghetto setup, but I don't have those issues, fortunately. Jay Randalls, will he bite the bullet and go this lap? He's not. He's stayed out. He's trying to put some competitive lap times in. Last time around from him was a 28.9. Definitely more time in the man from Sunderland. But look now, did he fix that damage? And it does look like that damage has been fixed on the Ferrari. And because of that, Rory's in front, right? Rory's way in front. So yeah, unfortunately, the Dirt, who was leading the way, and it's got a 5-second penalty on top of that. Rory's inherited the track position there. And that's just the gap, man. It's a lot bigger than what you'd think. I do want to keep an eye on the likes of Brown. Chris still setting his laps. Where is Brooker in all of this? Well done to Connect for letting the likes of Alan Brown through, the race leader. Connect String Wheel, aka those reject, and Brown into the pit lane now. Okay, it's all to play for. Brown did have a big gap, and Connect followed him through. Is this it for Andrew Brooker? It is. Right, where is Chris on his lap? Because he was locked in a battle here. There was only a couple of attempts in it. Has Andrew done enough? He's usually pretty well versed in doing these pit stops. We'll have to go find Chris Penrose now, because we want to keep an eye on the man. There he comes. Right. With Chris, and what we'll be looking for is the likes of Andrew Brooker on the left-hand side of the pit lane. Has Chris done enough? Has Andrew got the jump on him? It's yet to be seen. In the next minute, we will know. With 27.5 minutes left on this clock, with the battle for P2, Brown, Brooker, and Randall's all in the pit lane, and Rebels Reject. So everybody taking their preliminary pit stop. We're in Discord. It's art too, so we screen both. Here we go. Here we go, we're looking on the left-hand side of the pit. Where is... That's never him in front, is it? Look at the gap! Look at the gap! That's the 992 of Andrew Brooker. Oh, Chris is going to be pulling his out. That gap was so close. There must have been an issue with the pit stop. So I tell you what, that gap was not a couple of attempts there. So at the minute, it does look like Andrew Brooker's got the jump on him in the pit lane. I told you the man is very experienced. He knows what to do when it comes into the pits. But that gap looks so big. What happened to Chris's stop, man? That's 5.4 seconds that he's pulled out. And plus there was about a couple of attempts in it anyway. So it's a big, big gap. And I think we see Skylar just come out the way there. We did indeed. Thank you, Skylar, for coming out the way of Chris. British just trying to make a move now on, I think that's D looking in front. Thank you very much, Dirk, for coming out the way of the race leader, making that nice and easy. Everybody is now taking their pit stop. This is it for 26 minutes to go. Boys are doing a fantastic job. Some very good sportsmanship being shown out on track tonight as well. I appreciate that. For those that maybe not quite in that battle for the lead, still with the head on the shoulders to come out of the way of the boys that were all fighting. Andrew Brugger with... We're going to have to find out how on earth was that gap to Chris not that long. It was 3 attempts to Chris Penrose, and look at the gap as you've just seen the Senna Tribute livery coming round the final corner now. Chris has got to be sat there working out the maths with that one. I suspect there's got to be an issue coming inside of the pit lane. Maybe an engine off and engine back on again. Is it worth 5 seconds? Maybe if you nail it 100%, but that gap, crazy, man. But I told you, it's something we needed to look at. And at the minute, Brugger's got 5.4 seconds. Can Chris respond? He's got fresh rubber on the Senna Tribute livery. Let's see what he can do. But Andrew Brugger with the tactics and the strategy at the minute. Well done to Andrew for pulling that one off within the pit lane. Be interesting to hear from the drivers afterwards just exactly what happened there as they exit Cops through the Starkey Straight. Where is Liam in all of this? So Liam just coming up on to the back of Mr. Connection. Well, the Devil's Reject, the 666. I'm sure he's not going to be a hassle at all. He's been an absolute gentleman when it comes to the likes of being in traffic and stuff. Liam's still in a very, very good point scoring position. I think that's Connect just pulling off to a side there. Big love to the man from the South of Yorkshire. Big sportsmanship. I'm sure Liam will very much appreciate coming out the way there. Thank you to the number 666, the Devil's Rejects Racing Team. Look at this! Look at this! Oh, we have some fights going on in our hands here. P5 and 6 in close proximity. It's Jay Randalls and Justin Brzozowski. I tell you what, Jay had P5, so maybe something not right in the pit. Justin's found his way in front. And I tell you what, just from racing this guy during the week, Justin's got elbows and knees and a third bloody leg when it comes to depending. So we've got a bit of a fight going on here. Hopefully the boys can keep it somewhat clean, but a fight going on for P5 and 6 in the championship. I tell you what, in the championship, currently in the standings at the minute, as we're heading round number 4 at Donington. But Jay definitely had P5, with Justin behind, I believe. Justin, the 24-year-old man from Bingen, Germany, namely in southwest. It's good to see these guys fighting out on track, both moderators on the channel as well. Hopefully they can keep it somewhat clean, and then we're on speaking terms afterwards. Justin will get the elbows out though, I'll tell you that much. But Jay really hassling the ass end of him now. It's got bored with the McLaren driver. It's going to be loud, I'll just warn you. This is the closest battle out on track at the minute. It's 992 versus 720 SE though. Both of them good through there. I think we're a little bit outside. Jay giving Justin a little look on the inside into the Melbourne hairpin. Of course, it must be said, the man in front in the 992 is on a controller. And it can be done on ACC. It's not as provocative as what it would be on, say, GT Sport, where the controller is definitely the better option. But Justin definitely showing his talent with a controller, with the likes of Swifty J behind him. But it's all to play for the P5, man. It's going to be fun to see how this one works its way out with 21 minutes of this list left to go. For those of you who are tuning in at home, I appreciate you very much for being a part of this. Welcome to round number 4 of the GT Challenge Series, brought to you by BP Tuning in partnership with the JR Server. Oh, Jay's so close. He is so close. Maybe lost a bit of downforce in that section of track as well. Today we're in the heart of Leicestershire, England, and one of the oldest and the most iconic sporting venues in the UK, shot of Silverstone. Located near Castle Donington, it's a 120,000 capacity stadium. Track was opened in 1931 and its current layout hosts 12 corners that span 4 kilometres or just under 2.5 miles. What an epic fight we've got on here with 21 minutes to go. Justin's well aware that Jason Randalls is behind him. He's trying to keep him right. Jay's forcing wide. Is this the man? Is this it? So close. What a save coming through the foggy S's, man. And Jay's sticking it up the inside. Justin did try and tuck him back. Jay's held a great line there. Justin, that's sideways through the Melbourne hairpin. And Jason Randalls is through. A good move there by the London JC Academy driver. A little bit wide on the exit through Goddard's down the Starkey Straight now. Can Justin fight back, the number 44? He's definitely not going to give this one up, I can tell you that. But good fighting by the 5 and 6 alike. And I tell you what, give Jason Randalls his due. He's not practiced much all this week. Still trying to get on top of setup. Who's been an absolute trooper for Diablo's Reject, aka Connecticut, for helping to tune out the AMG as well, a car that Mr. Jason Randalls is familiar with. So been a good sport during the week as well. He's not much practice and yet find himself in a very good position. It's just dropping the likes of Justin Brzozowski behind him, number 44. Gap has opened up. It's over a second now. Can the man from Bingen, Germany find his way up there, or was that it for basically trying to keep Jay as far behind as long as possible, knowing that Jay might have a few extra seconds? I tell you what, that was a weird bounce right. I'd heard some weird engine notes in the background, and I thought Justin was pinging it off the limiter, as he's well renowned for. But no, he'd made a mistake into that section of the track. And thank you everyone for joining us. We've gathered some of the very best sim races in our community.
Got a puncture!
Oh, he's got a puncture! That is why I said there was a weird noise coming out there. And it's one thing we can't get rid of, unfortunately. It's a puncture. How are you still staying out with a puncture, Justin?
I've got the puncture 10 laps to go.
You've got a slow puncture then, or is it completely gone?
Slow puncture.
Right, what side is that on?
Rear left.
Rear left. So yeah, we've just got some news there that Justin Brzozowski, the number 44, has a slow puncture on the rear left of his Porsche, and that would make sense why he's struggling into the right-hand corners. So unfortunately, we've seen a massive fight there from Jason Randalls and Justin, respectively. Jerry Quinton doing a fantastic job, man. It would have been easy for this man just to pack it up and put up tools and go home. He stuck with it, hit his first 26 tonight, so a big congratulations to Jerry Quinton. Well done, man. Roy Horse, still in it. And I believe that's Briz coming up behind him too. Championship, well, the race leader at the minute. Let's have an on board of him as he tries to navigate the likes of Rory in front. Oh, Penrose lost it in the pits. Yes. We were wondering what had happened, man. Chris had over, like, maybe 2 or 3 attempts, a drive-through for Justin Pelosi. I'll get rid of that, give me a second as Briz makes his way around. We're trying to work out what happened. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Just escaping the drive-through there, but he does have the time.
Penrose stalled his car.
Penrose stalled his cars in the pits. Well, it says, oh, Penrose lost it in the pits again. We're thinking here on the comms box that maybe he'd stalled the car inside of the pit lane. That's so unfortunate for Chris. Holding on to P2 there, had Brooker behind him, the championship leader in the 992, was holding on there. 2 or 3 attempts. That gap was between them in an epic fight. Chris ducks into the pits first. Andrew stays out. I thought maybe that gap had eked out a little bit, maybe a few attempts here and there. Either way it could have gone. Then we saw Andrew come into the pit lane. I was expecting the gap to be so close. We had an onboard with Mr. Craig Penrose. We're looking at the pit lane when we really should have been looking at the exit of turn 1, because there was the Bumblebee coloured 992 with Andrew Brooker leaving turn 1 as the likes of Chris was just coming down the start finish. So it'd be interesting to know what did happen there. But lost it in the pits again, says David Wiseman. It's such a shame, but guess what? Your man is still on for his first podium inside of the JR GT Challenge Series tonight. This would be his best result. This would be a fantastic bag of points. It's a shame that battle petered out like it did. Ness Blair super close. I'll have to check that one out. Give me a second. It's like a battle going on here. Mr. S. Blair, Skylar Blair from California is going to chase down the man from South Yorkshire here. But it's such a shame for Chris Penrose, because I was hoping to see the likes of Andrew Brooker and Chris Penrose fight that one out. And again, I know some of the likes of racing with him for a few years that Andrew Brooker is a very experienced league racer, online racer. He will nail the pit stops. He will nail the race usually. And it's going to be hard to beat someone like that. For Chris to be there in front, holding that position, was super, super impressive. And to lose that in the pits for whatever reason, it sucks for the man. We're looking at board the number 7 now. He has the number 666 of Devil Reject in front, aka Mr. Kinetic Stringwell. I can tell you now that Devil's Reject has not been happy with the balance of the car this week. That's a given. But Skylar Blair currently on minus 9 kilograms of ballast. But I tell you what, it's not too bad between these boys, because Devil Reject, the man you see in the Mercedes just in front, has minus 8. So there's only 1 kilo of minus ballast between these boys. Of course, we work on this server as this championship on success ballast. So whoever's P1 in the championship will have plus 10 ballast. That will go right down to P10 in the championship, where he'll have 0. So it will go 10, 9, 8. We'll get to 10 in the championship, where it'll be it'll just be an even ballast. You'll get what your car has. From P10 downwards in the championship, it will start to go minus, so you'll have weight knocked off your car. Currently, the man with the least amount of weight out on the track tonight is Dirk Lucan on minus 13 kilos ballast, with the likes of Devils Reject and Skylar Blair on 8 and 9 respectively. That fight definitely petering out. Looks like Connect's found a bit of pace there. Skylar, though, definitely with the talent and the car, and probably setup as well, to really try and put the man from South Yorkshire under a bit of pressure. Can the 19-year-old, with 14 minutes left of this race from California, USA, put Connect Stringwell under a bit of pressure? We'll have to wait and see how this one plays out. Alan Brown, though, it must be said, he's joined us. He did his fastest race lap at Kyalami last week of a 40.3. Very happy with that, and it was cool to see that it happened within our server as well. I appreciate that very, very much. He's currently P6 in the championship, trails the likes of Liam Barker by a point. So it's pretty close between those boys, man. It's super, super close. Of course, we're missing a few familiar faces out on track tonight, in the likes of Duck Tilly. Roger Mack as well. I know it's not very well, so it sucks to have the regulars out of this one. Tom Venture couldn't make it with us tonight. Zeman, who's a regular here as well, the Godfordona, not with us for this round unfortunately, but there is a drop round in the GT Challenge Series where the drivers can drop the worst result of the season. So a lot of these guys that have missed this round will, inevitably drop this round where they've missed, and they'll still be in with a shout with the championship wherever they may be, front, mid, rear, wherever it is. Connection will doing a good job. The gap 4.1. Skylar Blair still sticking with him though. Driver for Jake Quinton. I'll just have to get rid of that. Give me a second, boys. Bear with me, sorry about that. That looks like Andrew Brooker coming up to Rory.
With my puncture.
Yeah, most people sensibly would have probably pitted to repair that. However, most people aren't in P6, so it's down to you at the minute. They're back doing a good job. P4 at the minute still. This will be a
I would lose a position if I pit now.
You'll lose doors and stuff like that if you crash. So it's a devil's advocate there for Justin Psotski, the number 44 992 driver. He's currently running around this track with a rear left puncher. I don't think it's fully blown up yet because he'd know about it, as unfortunately, I hate to keep mentioning it, we were P1 in the LFM 24-hour race with 20 minutes left to go, with P2 not 15 seconds behind us, which is cool enough after a 24-hour race. 15 seconds being in between P1 and 2. Coming down the big fast straight, we get a left rear blowout of the tyre, completely gone. It just throws us into the wall. Oh, it's absolutely heart-wrenching. So I know how bad a puncher could be on this. Fortunately, I think at the minute, the likes of Mr. Justin Psotski has a slow puncher. Jay Randalls, again, I just want to mention he hasn't had a lot of time here tonight. He hasn't had a lot of time all weekend, or all week, to get on track and practice with us. So doing a fantastic job the Run DJC Academy driver is. Just back from there, you'll see also the Run DJC racing driver Justin Podolsky, the number 44, with the puncher. How big is the gap to you and Rory then? It's massive! It's huge! You'd be able to probably get in, change tyres and come out maybe. It'd make it interesting.
My timetable says 40 seconds.
Ah, well. Not seeing the gap at the minute. Mr. Rory Horse doing a fantastic job in P7. This will be a good bag of points. Did see the Yellow Hornet in front of Andrew Brooker there, so he's made his way past. Just a big thank you to all the people that tuned in tonight, all the people that have left a like, all the people that have come in and supported a driver, no matter who it is. Thank you for supporting all the drivers on track tonight, and each and every one of you at home and around the world, wherever you are. If you're here tonight supporting a Pacific Car driver, just like I just said, you tell us in the live chat, we'll get that camera on you guys, and yeah, thank you for wishing the driver some luck. And again, this series is made possible for each and every one of the drivers that come in, week out to the JR server. We host online racing for online lobbies, which are free for anybody to come and get involved with. These are live broadcasted, live stewarded, and yeah, live commentated with that too. A lot of work being put in. I'm taking a break from our usual broadcast because we've got this championship on our hands. Next up, Rory Horse to be overtaken by Chris Penrose. Rory Horse, a fantastic addition to the championship, and I appreciate him taking the time to be with us as well. Just closing that gap down to 6.1, so yeah, maybe Brooker just cruising a little bit here at the minute, but he's definitely taking a bit of time out. Dirk Lucan with a lot of time lost within the pit stop. The wheel head motion was an issue, according to Renaud Demare in the chat. Oh, where's Jimmy going? Oh, come on, back on track, my friend. To tell you what, I've not actually noticed something written on the back of that car before. Chaff, flare, brake life. I've not actually noticed that before until now, so that was something to take note of. Alright, is that Connect just coming out the way? No, that's Connected Skylar, wow. And I tell you what, Jay Randall's going to have a good view of this. Does look like, David, that Chris is starting to pick up the pace a little bit. There is 8 minutes of this one left to go, so time's running out. Look at the slide the man from Sunderland gets. And look at the side-by-side in front. Skylar just had to take avoiding action. Wasn't sure where the Mercedes was going to go there. But these boys are going to have Jay Randall's come up on soon, so yeah, blue flags as you can see. Oh, and a catch and a save there through the cleans and up into the run into Cott. So I'm just looking there. Is the blue flags being waved now? Very tentative on the throttle there. So yeah, JB mindful, but it looks like all of the grip of that McLaren has decided to leave at the minute. So on Skylar now, gives him a little look at the Mercedes in front. Gordon Penrose says, Mr. David Wiseman. Just as we were on about that, as well we're on board with these boys here. Brigade pulled out nearly 7 tenths in that last lap alone to Chris. So just as I was saying, maybe Andrew's just come off the gas a bit, maybe he's just chilled this one out. It looks like he's found another gear and has decided to put his foot down for the remaining 7 minutes. Of course, by now I imagine a lot of these boys have all got track cut warnings. You get 3 in ACC before you get a drive-through penalty. So I imagine a lot of these boys are going to be taking it a little bit easier in these last couple of laps, not to pick up any more warnings or potentially completely ruin the race with having a drive-through through track cuts. This is where we'll see the start come in. It's so crucial on the first couple of laps not to try and pick up as many warnings as possible. Oh, not at all, in all fairness, you know. Skylar doing a good job. Oh, and I tell you what, Connect just gets it wrong there. It's super close now. Mindful of someone like Jay coming up behind him. Oh, all of them. Took a weird line through there. Jay's trying to find his way around. He needs to be patient. These boys are in a fight together. Whereas the likes of someone like Justin is more than... Well, it says the gap's around 15-16 seconds for Jay behind, so doesn't necessarily need to jump on these boys straight away. But there is a fight happening here. And just flashing, he's on the lights. Connect comes out the way big time. There was a hit. Oh, Jason Rundle hits the like Skylar Blair there. That's such a shame not to see that one go the way it did. And I think Connect's just waited up there. That battle's going to resume. Thank you very much to Mr. Stringwell for waiting up for the boys there. So, back to it. As if it never happened. That's all courtesy of Devil's Reject there, the number 666, for waiting up there. I'm sure he was just letting Jay through, but he's also allowed Skylar back where he was before that instant to actually catch up. So we still have a fight in our hand with 5.5 minutes left to go. No harm, no foul. Is there maybe a little rear end damage though to the lights of Skylar Blair's car through that incident there? It was a complete accident. Jay carrying a lot more speed I think than both drivers in front. Was on the lights early to try and get them to notice that there was a tap, but as you were at the minute between these boys. 5 minutes left of this one. Abe Brown in the lead. Andrew Brooker and Chris Penrose, who was locked in an eternal battle for the first half of this race, right up until the pit stops. Liam Barker and Jay Randalls.
Puncture.
How are you managing to pick up another second puncture here? What is that, rear right now?
No, it's front right.
So Justin, not to be outdone, has a rear left puncher and now has a front right puncher. Just making things even, trying to get that balance right. Devil's Reject with a penalty there, we'll have to get rid of that. Apologies. Oh, on the brakes. Let's get back to it. Oh, Devil's Reject with a hell of a save there. That was wide. And at the moment, Skylar doesn't really need to make this pass. He just needs, I say Skylar, Sky Blair doesn't need to make this pass. Obviously, Devil's Reject picking up another track cut warning there. The race director wanted to give him a drive-through. We cleared the drive-through. We have given him a time penalty. It would have been much more severe had the drive-through stood. But it has allowed these boys to get back racing. But theoretically, at the minute, with the Devil's Reject, the 666 Mercedes with the 5-second time penalty, Sky Blair is in front of him. So, will Sky Blair want to make the move on track? Or will... Oh, that's wide by the... Oh, that was so close. Helicopter shot now. Well, we've not actually seen the helicopter shot tonight. We have paid for all the fuel inside of the helicopter. So we might as well use him for a few laps, right? And Sky Blair's found his way through the 666. I tell you what, Connect with a hell of a defence and a hell of a race up until that point. We had a great few laps watching these two fight their way through. Should be very proud of that. This man from South Yorkshire, not the easiest of tracks in that Mercedes, but he has made it work. I think the setup there from Swifty J, aka Jay Randalls, has definitely helped the man from South Yorkshire. And Sky Blair finds his way through into P9. Still the closest battle on track is these boys. What's the gap between Brooker and Penrose with 2.5 minutes to go? Definitely some tyre issues there from the man from South Yorkshire. 8.2, so yeah. Chris may be trying to settle for that podium now, I imagine. Let's go back a little forward. Let's give everyone a fair shake. Justin Darcy with 2 punches on that car, but he does have the race leader of Alan Brown, the Longsmile Racing driver, who's the big FRL racing driver too. Race with him across console, race with him across PC too. Always a standout guy. Always been a fan of that Aston Martin for some crazy reason, but he's made it work. He seems to always do. Doing a lot of racing recently. Been watching him at Silverstone earlier on in the day too. But is this a sign of things to come? A good result out in Kyle Army. It's looking, not count our chickens, like a P1 here at Donington 2. The 43-year-old from Northampton. Can he hold on? Will this be his first win in the JR server, the GT Challenge Series? Time will tell. We've got one more lap after this one. David says he tried to blame his new pedals. It'd be lovely to actually know what actually went on as Breeze exits the Foggy S's. Because that pit stop was something not right with it, just in front with 2 punches. Well, that makes things a little easier. And Devil Reject inside to the pit lane now, so not sure what's happening. Obviously, I got rid of that. I got rid of the penalty. But this is going to be it. The man from Northampton, the 43-year-old Alan Brown, is one more lap here at Donington. He's going to take on round 4 victory. But anything can happen.
Right,
This is the last lap of the race, so let's wait until he comes around. Let's go through the pack a little bit. So it's just in between analysts there, and Andrew Brooker must be a bit happy with this one. He wasn't optimistic coming into this round, and P2 would have, it's a very fair result there for the 992 driver. I was expecting him to be P1, I really was. But a good fight with Penrose at the start allowed Briz to pull out that gap and maintain it, essentially, which hasn't allowed Andrew to pull up too much on him. But good defensive work there from Chris Penrose at the start of this race, and again, something lucky with the pit stops, but that's racing. One man's misfortune is another one's fortune at home. Mr. Andrew Brooker into P2. Chris is going to hold on, it looks like, for a podium. Mr. Liam Backup going on to his final lap now. This will be a fair whack of points there for the man from Liverpool. Jamie Quinton still going with a lot of damage on that car. Jay Randall's P5. This will be a great result for the man from Sunderland too. It's just instilling P6 with 2 punches on his car. That's hilarious, but well done to him. Where is Brown? There he is. Alan Brown, the 43-year-old driver in the Aston Martin part of the FRL racing team, is going to take home, it seems like one more corner around Goddard now, is going to take home round 4 Donington victory. Well done to Alan Brown Briz. Well done, my friend. What a race and a flash of the lights, and well deserved, well managed, man. Congratulations to you. Andrew Brooker, P2, is going to help around a lot of points and a flash of the lights from the man from the south of England. Well done to you, my friend. Chris Penrose, P3, first podium here on the GT Challenge server. Well done, Chris. Fantastic result and a flash of the lights. Super proud of that one, mate. Well done, Chris Penrose. First podium here. Well done to you, my friend. Liam Back, the number 8 BMW M4 driver, is going to bring on a lot of points here. He was my dark horse for the night. He's done well all weekend. His times will improve financially. Well done to Liam Backer. P4, my friend. I think that's Dave Lucan with a flash of lights in the background too. Well done to you, my friend. We've got anybody else coming out on track there? Skylar Blair anywhere? Jay Quinton. It's just how the Devils are coming up here. This one, Jay Quinton. Well done for holding on, my friend. A lot of people would have took, again, just packed up and gone home. Well done to you. I know that's not the result you're wanting for, but top 10, still some points in there for Jamie, and a 26 in practice, finally. Well done from the bloke, and well done to Jay Randalls. I didn't see that coming at all, my friend. It's crazy, I just didn't see that one happening. Sky Blair brings home P9 here at Donington in the round 4, and a flash of the lights. He must be a happy man with that one. Fantastic result. Well done to you, Sky Blair, my friend. P9, some good points there. I am hearing some burnouts going on. Justin Pozolorowski, there we go. Jay Randall's doing some burnouts there. I heard some other cars doing some burnouts too, but congratulations, Jay Randall's. That's a great result there. Connecting well. Try and get that AMG round, and Sky Blair there, very happy with this result too. Well done to those boys, man. I'm super proud of you. I'm super proud for each one of you turning up tonight and doing your thing out on track. What a fantastic result. Hey, Alan Brown, race night people. Well done to you, my friend. Plenty of practice coming in there. P1 in the lobby. If anyone's available, obviously, for driver interviews, please come into the Discord, go into the lobby. We'll pull you in for a chat within the server. Appreciate it, Bruce. Well done tonight, my friend. P1. Also, massive respect to Andrew Brooker, P13. Well, number 13, 992 driver. Well done. And Chris Penrose with his first podium in the GT Challenge Series. Lynn Barker, Jerry Randalls, Justin Velocity, Rory Horst, looked and Sky Black quick round off your top 10 position, and you must be super happy with that. Well done. Well done to all you boys. I'm super happy that you all had a good one with us. Thank you so much for being a part of it. If anyone's obviously available for interview, we'll pull you in. Cheers, man. I would have joined, but need to. Hey, I don't blame you, Bruce. Well done, my friend, and thank you for being a part of it. All right, let's get into the Discord and see if anybody's available for a quick interview. Let's pull these boys in.
Holy shit.
Oh.
Well,
Holy shit. Two punctures.
Two punctures.
One puncture since 45 minutes at the end. Holy shit. I had a nightmare. I had nightmares all were better than this.
I had a
Holy
picture.
shit.
Tell you what, fair
I
play,
had-
dude. Fair play.
Well
Yeah,
done to you,
I will defend you more if I
no.
don't have a puncture.
I know.
If you're available, driver interviews, come into the lobby. I'll pull you in.
Good racing, mate. Really, I enjoyed that, Justin. Honestly, I couldn't believe how close we were.
Yeah, and
When you went sideways going up that right hand at the top of the hill,
yeah.
and I was millimeters off you, and you
Yeah.
just kept it. I was like, yes, that looked so good.
Well, I
But
want to first
I
interview.
undercutted you. That was the thing what I want to do.
We saw an epic battle between Mr. Swift J and Justin. That came out of nowhere for me, really, that battle did. But I want to just first lead off with Jason Randalls. Who saw that coming tonight? Because I didn't. P5, and what a good hence of points. And I was saying just how the limited amount of practice you've had tonight, and especially your preparation in the last hour leading up to that race. I don't know, maybe you're onto something, but congratulations, Jay. That was a fantastic race, and you gave us a lot of action there, not just yourself and Justin. Obviously, we had some fighting with Devil's Reject and Skylar there too, and I saw a bit of a collision as well towards the end. But listen, please explain.
For about 4 laps.
I was going to say, I think Justin was a lot far off you, so I was thinking you was just going to sit back and watch that unfold. But let us know how it is to fight with Justin out on track.
What a race, all in all. Q5 from the start. Finally hit me 127.1, which was my target.
Did you get 27.1 too? Well done, mate.
127.1 in qualifying. Managed the 127.3, which was my personal race pace best. But the fight at the start, holding off Justin from lap 1 until he had to make the pit. It was just me alone on track.
What I was seeing from the McLaren
and then
boys.
as soon as it came from the pit, coming out and he had us, I just thought, oh, this is going to be fun. After watching him and you the other day. Oh, I knew it was gonna be
well,
fun.
that's what I was saying. He's probably got 3 elbows and 2 knees, that guy has. But I was just viewing, from what I could see, the McLaren's tyres seem to degrade, I think, a lot quicker than a lot of the cars out there tonight. So I saw I saw a lot of understeer and a lot of oversteer in places from there. But congratulations, Mr. Swifty J on P5, and obviously kicking just into the curb there. That's got to be bittersweet and an extra cherry on top for you there. Well done, Jay Randalls, for your result tonight, mate. I'm glad you had a fantastic race with us. Obviously, while I've got a second here, I would like to speak to P2, who finished in the lobby. That is Andrew Brooker. It looked like at the start of the race, I was surprised you weren't at the front of it. Obviously, Briz, super quick tonight. But yeah, the fight with Chris Penrose, especially up until that pit stop, man, super close between the pair of you. How was it from your point of view, Andrew?
He's moved up in the chat, mate. I don't know why he's sat in the lobby.
Right, give me a second. Andrew Brooker, you there?
There you go.
Sorry, my friend. I was just asking.
My Discord's messing up.
Hey, don't worry about it. Just quickly, while you're still in the right chat, how was the fighting at the start of the race? Because you and Chris looked like you were having an epic battle.
There was nothing I could do to get past him, man. I couldn't get close enough. I had so much more time in the hairpins towards the end. I could not get close enough to do anything about it. So yeah, to be honest, I'm just glad Liam didn't get past as well at the start, because he had a good go.
I'm telling you what, man, that first lap, Liam was right there with you, and I thought, hey, this might be giving like the likes of Chris and Briz in front a bit of a break here, because it looked like he was on the inside of you through turn 1, and I thought he was going to even have a go at you at the old hairpin as well, at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah.
I thought he was.
I wasn't worried about the bottom of the hairpin, but the other hairpin towards the end, I thought he's not going to send it here, so I won't defend. And then he did send it.
We've been practicing all week together, mate. I know where your line is.
Well, my thoughts on the stream was basically, we all know them first couple of laps, that Porsche takes a little bit of time for them tyres to come up to an optimal pressure. And I thought Liam was just trying to have a go at you there and try and get in early to try and get in front of you. But you'd managed to hold on, of course. And again, P2 in this race, that's still a massive bag of points going into the next round, man. So
I kind of settled for it once I got past Chris on the pit stop, so it's kind of knew I wasn't really going to catch Alan. I was trying, but I knew it wasn't really going to happen unless he messed up.
We're like Cluedo at the minute with Chris, because we don't know what happened in that pit stop. We're getting reports that he may have stalled the engine coming in or out the pits. So I don't get it, because the gap was like 0.3 of a second. It was very, very close between the pair of you. I went on board with Chris as you were in the pit lane to see, where that gap was. I'm on board with the free camera looking at the end of the pits, and I'm like, where is he? And I'm seeing this yellow Hornet take off out of turn 1. I'm like, I should have been looking at the exit of turn 1, because you pulled out 5.5 seconds in that amount of time, man.
I don't know what happened with him, because I went slow in the pit as well. I couldn't see my box because there were some cars there.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to move mine. But again, Suzuka. Now this is a track I know you like. This is a track.
My favourite, but I don't think it'll go. It's not my fastest. I don't go too well.
I don't know. I've got high hopes at Suzuka for you, especially. You know how it can be with single file racing there. It's all on qualifying, and I know I've seen you say.
Yeah, well, that's not where it went wrong today. I think could have put it on pole today. Well,
I was expecting it from the pre-race notes for you to be right up there, and just a massive. I know Briz was flying after the battle with you and Chris. He just had that gap, and it was nearly next to impossible to take it. But I think qualified P3, finished P2, still a huge amount of points there. And just a big thank you to you, Andrew, for taking part in this round. I know it's not your favourite track. A big thank you to your community over in your live chat too, mate. I appreciate you being a part of it, and well done tonight on P2, my friend.
Cheers, Junior. Cheers, everyone.
Who else have we got in there? We've got Mr. Liam Barker, who had what would seem to be a bloody exciting start of that race. Can you talk us through it all, Liam?
Yeah, so I thought, because I've been practicing against Brooker all week, I've seen one of his lines, and that's why I thought I'd try and... my mind process was, if I take not a dive, but if I get ahead of Brooker, it'll set the pace for me. But I ended up with a puncher.
Oh really? That's not something we saw on track. That kind of explains it. Was that a slow puncher then on the rear left?
So it was a slow puncher, which is why I started to drop behind. So I pitted a little bit earlier to try and get that swap done and just try and maintain P4.
It's probably
that was the best thing I could have done.
Yeah, no, 100%. You would have lost so much time had you not have come in and at least fixed that issue. And you run the risk of that thing blowing up as well. But I've just been saying on the stream as well.
It didn't drop. It didn't drop between 20. It didn't drop below 25.5. So I was just managing, but it was squirming on corners. So I was like, if I just take it easy and just hold P4, I'm more than happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're feeling that thing, you know yourself, it's only a matter of time before, one, you're eking out all that bloody time that you're kind of losing.
Yeah. I was losing, say, like 0.4, 0.3 per lap, and I thought I'll keep going until it gets towards the halfway mark if I can.
You did a fantastic job, my friend. And listen, what I was saying on the stream earlier on was you're obviously my dark horse going into this round because of what we'd seen in the practice sessions. You went from a 28 to a 27 to yesterday's practice session. You hit a 26.7. I have not seen anybody improve that amount of speed over that amount of days. You nailed it from when you came in, got on top of the setup, that kind of thing, and the time just came tumbling down. So I just want to put a massive appreciation out there for you personally, just at the amount of time you put into this practice session, and it seems like it's paid off with a P4 out on track. That's a massive bunch of points, Liam, that is. And with the drivers...
It is. But the other thing as well to consider is I was struggling with the car just a little bit more than what I would do, because I didn't get a close 127 because of the temperatures. My car was struggling, so I just tried to maintain it sooner, just keep a pace.
Well, you did a fantastic job. If you're struggling and with a P4, my friend, that's not good news for the rest of the field, my dude. And Liam, again, thank you for being a part of this tonight. You've given us some great action.
It was all, mate.
Watch that first couple of laps back, and watch the stream, obviously, but fantastic job, my friend. Well done, Liam. Fantastic, mate.
Nice one.
All right, brother. We've got in the chat, we have... I don't think Jamie's with us, is he? No, Jamie's unfortunately not with us. He definitely... I know you could probably speak on his behalf just a tiny bit there, but he seemed to have a drive-through right at the start, which I got rid of. And then it dropped back nearly 3 laps, and I'm not sure where that 3 laps came from because I was removing the penalties. But I want to give a shout out to Jamie, because anybody that was that amount of laps down would have just, gone quit turned off ACC and gone and done something, and he's stuck with it, man.
He was proud of himself that he got a 126 today, and then because we were out having a meal this afternoon, and I was trying to talk him through it, saying just keep a pace, and he had the right idea. I think just something he must have just come off circuit a little bit, and it's just triggered him.
Absolutely, yeah. I know he wasn't happy the last couple of days because of just trying to chase that lap time down, and I can understand because I've been trying to chase a target down myself, but he did in the final practice session. In fact, this practice session, before the start of qualifying, he did hit the 26. So regardless of what happened, Jamie, you should be very proud of that lap time, my friend, because you nailed it, you hit it, it's super bloody quick, and a big thank you for keeping with the lobby and kept it going out on track, even being that amount of track, time down on the Delta and stuff like that. Thank you for your commitment. I appreciate that, Jamie. And moving on, Mr. Skylar Blair. Are you with us, Sky?
Yeah,
Sky, oh, it looked fun.
Race, right?
Yeah. Well, we have Devil's Rejecting, also known as Connecticut, the 666 Mercedes driver in, and it looked like you were having a lot of fun back there with him.
Oh, we were. Excellent driving to them. I was kind of just hanging back a little bit, trying to put pressure so I make a mistake.
Sure.
I can't remember. As one of the McLarens came hit us on the second to last turn, kind of turned us both around.
Yeah, and the sportsmanship. I think that was Swifty J. I know that wasn't on purpose, but just from the battle I was watching before that between yourself and Devil's Reject, aka Connect. Listen, he slowed down on the corner exit of that one. Obviously, let Jay go through because he was obviously the guy in front, and he let that battle sort of commence. So I have to. I think me and
give
you.
them enough laps to try and make an overtake. And then
no, it's all fair because what Connect did in the end was he parked on the apex and he allowed that battle to start up again, so it allowed you to go in front and Connect. What a sportsman for that as well. So I think both me and Skylar Sky owe you a big thank you for that, for allowing that battle to actually keep going, because it would have been easy, I think, for the number 666 to drive off after that and pull out a big gap, but it allowed the likes of Sky and Connect just to keep fighting that one out, and it was very, very fun to watch, I might add, Sky. We had you on the broadcast for at least 6 or 7 laps watching that one unfold, my friend, and well done. It looked like an awesome race from your perspective.
It's probably the best race I've had so far in like a good while.
I'm so glad, mate.
I qualified last because I was like 4 seconds off lead pace. I didn't expect to be doing all too well, but turned out quite well. Like other people ahead me made quite a few mistakes, but I've gone off track. So that's kind of played off that.
Hey, listen, I'm just glad to hear those words, as long as somebody's coming here, regardless of where you are out on track and you've had fun, you've had a great race or something, that means more to me than anything. I'm so glad that you've had a fun one here with us at Donington as well. And moving off on to Suzuka for next week, have you any experience at Suzuka? Is it a track that we're going to need to put some practice in it?
I've driven it quite a good bit, even like old racing games, like mobile games, I drove that track a ton as well.
Right, we know which way it goes, basically, I think.
Yeah, it's like Laguna Seca, I know it quite well. Laguna Seca, same, like, I know it like back of my hand.
Perfect.
Even not quite at the same level, but I do know it quite well.
Well, that's half the battle, I think, knowing where you're going. Listen, Sky, thank you so much for being a part of Round 4, my friend, and I appreciate you being a part of it and that you had a great time. Thank you, Sky. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Right, moving on, I think we have Rory Richelhorse also in the chat with us tonight in the Lamborghini Evolution. How are you, Rory? Are you tired?
Yep, I'm absolutely cream crackers now. Spent force.
Bless him. Rory was just telling us before the start of the stream that he's had some power naps in between there as well to get ready for this one. I know you've been a busy man. How was the race from your perspective? It did look for a good chunk of that time like you were chasing down Dirk Lupken in front in the Ferrari.
Yeah. I try to sort of keep up with him, but I fluffed my pit stop, so he got a bit more of a gap on me on that part.
Yeah, I wouldn't beat
But,
yourself
yeah.
up. You were not the only one that made a mistake inside of the pit stops, my friend. There was a few stop and goes and other people that had made mistakes there, so it's easy done. But yeah, it looked like you were trying to chase down that Ferrari in front, and obviously, like you said, the pit stop definitely not helping you. But you're another driver I've seen improve during the week with at least your lap times here at Donington. It's not an easy track to try and learn, and you have had limited running as well. So, you have nailed this. And again, I'll just pose the same question to you. Suzuka, is it a track you like, a track you know, or is it another track that we're going to have to, put some laps in there?
Oh, it's definitely a laps in track Suzuka for me. It's a good challenge.
That's fantastic. I appreciate you being a part of this, of course. I know you're a busy man. I know that you've had a busy week too, on top of that. So, big thank you, Rory, for being a part of it, my friend. Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, man, always a pleasure.
Marjorie, I think you're asking Justin. I am going to ask Justin very, very shortly. Who else I've got in the chat there? Have we got Blufkin in here? That'd be...
Yes.
Well done, my friend. Listen, we had one of your friends in the chat there. Was it Renner?
Reno, yeah.
Yeah, Reno Demar, and he was saying, because, listen, I was watching Rory, I think he was in like P5 or P6 at some point, and then I'd moved back to your car and there were damage on the front and the back to it, and what I was told was his camera was upside down, so he was crashing. He had, was it wheel head motion? 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm
not...
using the Real Head Motion app.
Okay.
And it smoothens the bounces from the car so that you have a steadier picture on your screen. So, but unfortunately, something is not not working very well. So it just turned. I could see the back of my car.
Right.
Or upside down.
Yeah, I don't think either one of those camera angles are one that you want in the middle of a race, to be honest with you. But you had some good support out there from Renault Demar as well. I know you guys race at Monza between the two of you, so you definitely had some support in the lobby. And the only reason I knew that something had happened was when we went back to your car, there were obviously damage front and rear to it. So hopefully that'll be somewhat fixed. If you're going to be joining us for Suzuka at all, I hope you are, Dirk.
I hope so.
It'll be fun to have you there.
I have to work, but I try to be there, yeah.
Yeah, buddy, like I say, you're a fantastic racer. In and out of this lobby, when we have you on the service too, it's always a pleasure to have you in there. Clean racer too, on top of that, and yeah, it'd be a pleasure to have you at Suzuka. I'll just pose the same question with Suzuka to you, my friend. Is it a track you're familiar with, a track that you like? Is it a track we're going to have to... Go on.
I drove it in LFM. But not very good, like 2-2 or something like that.
Hey, that's a good start basis, man. That is a 2-2 is right there, my friend. And again, I've not done it in the Ferrari quite yet, so I don't know what it's capable. Obviously,
it wasn't a BMW, and it's been like 3 months ago or something like that. So maybe I can improve on that.
Well, the good thing I think with the BMW setup is it's a car that I like to drive there. I'm not tooting my own horn, but I can't remember what my lap time there was. I know I've done a 1:58. So the setup for the BMW, if that is a car that you'll drive, I'll do all the setups and I'll post them in the Discord or whatnot. But there'll be a setup there regardless of what car you drive. To try and eke out those them extra laps. But a big thank you to you, Dirk, for being a part of this and carrying on through some of the head motion upsy daisies that you had too. Thank you, Dirk, for being a part of this, my friend, and hopefully, work permitting, we get to see you at Suzuka too.
Yeah, thank you, and thanks to everyone who's involved in this. So, big shout outs to everyone.
Thank you, brother. We all appreciate that. Legend, Dirk. Thanks, bro. Okay, last but by no means least, and we did hear from him at the start, is Justin Pozadolski, our resident German who did the driver briefing in fluent German, may I add. I was one of the few that understood every single word, and I'm not bullshitting you. But yeah, we'll go on. How was your race, my friend? And can you explain to the ladies and gentlemen that are still part of the live chat what you were going through, what battles you were having, and why were you going for the record of the most punches?
Well, it was quite intense, just because it's my first race in this competition, which I started. Yeah, the punctures made my life to hell. Especially when I had to fight against Jay.
Yeah.
It was really hard to keep it on the line. I managed to keep it, I think it was 2 or 3 laps, and then it's gone. All the pressure in the tire is gone, and I couldn't hold it anymore, and he just clipped it in the inside and overtook me then on the pre-last chicane.
It looked like a good battle between the pair of you, and obviously you were spotting, I think it was a rear left puncher and a rear right puncher to go with that, and being that the absolute trooper you are, refusing to go into the pit lane and lose a position over it, and of course sporting one of the most striking liveries tonight as well. That's a job well done, that is, Justin, as well. And what can I say? I think on top of that, from everybody in the JR server, from everybody in the JR Discord, it is a pleasure to have you back with us, back on track, back being a part of the team and in here. I know that you've had some technical issues, be it with the computer. It's a championship, ladies and gentlemen, that actually Justin set up, and he's not taking part in a bloody round up until here. So it's lovely to have our resident German, Justin, back with us and back on track. It's nice to have you back, Justin, my friend.
Yeah, it's great to be back, and it's always a pleasure to be here to drive with you and all the other who are joining with us throughout all the parts of the world where we're coming from. Yeah, it's great to be here.
You're a legend, my friend, and again, it's not the same quite without you there in them chats. You make this just that little bit more entertaining to watch, and yeah, you definitely need to watch that one back. Not just the driver briefing, which he absolutely nailed, but the racing itself. From when he didn't have punches, he was definitely up there fighting with the likes of Joe Randalls, really going for it, and yeah, one of the drivers of the day.
I think the fight with Jay could be going to the end of the race if I hadn't the punches.
I agree, dude. We went, what was it, 15, nearly 20 minutes in the first part of the race, and there was literally half a second to 7/10 between us on average through that whole time.
Well, I can't believe he was nice defending with you, because I've raced with Justin in the last couple of days as well, and this guy, bump drafting me, hitting me off to a side, defending and stuff like that. It's been some questionable defending, but tonight is him and Jay put up an epic battle, and thank you.
I think I would defend him as hard as you, but I couldn't because of the puncture. It wasn't possible.
Oh, well,
Not just that, dude. I think I've got a respect for you after the 6 hours of him and that we shared together.
I think too, yeah.
Yeah, big up to those boys, and of course we have connection in the chat in YouTube as well. And just a big thank you, Kinetic. You're an absolute sportsman tonight out on track, of course. When the leaders came round the way, you and Sky had an absolutely awesome battle towards the end, which we caught live on stream as well, my friend. Even when there was a bit of an incident into the Melbourne hairpin, you waited for Sky and allowed that battle once again to commence. And my hat typically it goes to you, Connect. Well done, my friend, for tonight. I know you're not in the Discord, but thank you so much for being a part of it, for being a good sportsman tonight. And the battle with you and Sky was absolutely fantastic to watch. On to Suzuka for the next round. A big thank you to those at home that have joined us from all around the world. Next room, Richard Horse, Brooker Gaming, Renaud Dumas, Marie Obrique, I hope I said your name right, Back Sim Racing, Chris Penrose, Alan Brown, well done on the P1, Justine Bozowski, Dell, Doug as well, get well soon, my brother, David Wiseman cheering on Chris, who had his first podium, well done to Chris podium, a quick mention, on his first podium in the GT Challenge Series. That's not an easy thing to do. Renaud Dumas, Jamie as well for holding on there, Racky with his bloody PC issues. If I'm missing anyone, Jonathan Clifford, Kevin Hatch as well for being a part of this. Ryan who popped in a little bit earlier on, and DIRC. Thank you so much. We're going to be heading out to round number 5. This is Suzuka next Saturday for, basically all out war between the boys out on track. Suzuka is a fun place to be. We'll set the weather conditions earlier on. Thank you for being a part of tonight. Thank you for being supportive. Whatever driver that you were cheering out on track tonight, thank you for coming here and spending some of your Saturday night with me. And a big thank you to the boys that are in the live comms with me too. Thank you, guys.
Just a quick thing.
Yeah.
For all these are still watching and part of the GTCS. The votes are currently running. Don't forget to vote for the driver of the day and for the fight of the day, and if you have anything in common, just tell us.
That's right, yeah. We all hold a vote for the driver of the day at Donington. It'll be on the Discord, and you can get your vote in. There'll be an extra point up there. Big mention to Mac, who won the last driver of the day vote. That put him level, I think, with Jamie. However, Mac had to take the night off. He's got bad toothache, so we're wishing him well. Obviously, Doug, we wish you well too.
Want to show the actual standings there in the chat?
Let's have a quick Lucy while we've got a second. How did you get them up so quick?
Oh, I'm just good.
Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but Andrew Bruckle leads the way on 85 points. Second now is Alan Brown with 57 points, who trails by 28. Liam Barker, again, P4 tonight, had a hefty bunch of points. In P3, 48 points. Kevin Hadju, I think, left the lobby. He wasn't having a great night, was Kev. Sante, my friend, I hope you're well, and Sante's wife as well. Trails Liam in P4 by 2 points, so it's all up to fights. Chris Penrose, with his first podium on the GTC series, he's in P5 on 42 points. There's only, a 4 points difference between him and Kev, and a further 6 points difference for him and Liam. So P3, I'll tell you what, it's not that far off Brown either, but P3, 4 and 5, super close to one another. Matthias Belcher, who we missed a couple of rounds. It's Zeman, hopefully be back next week as well. Jamie Quinton in P8 in the championship. Joe Stremovic, Tom Ventures, who missed tonight as well, but did let us know as well. I appreciate that very much, Tom. Rachel Horse as well in P11. Roger Matt, who missed tonight. There is a drop round for these boys, so there will be a round that gets dropped from here, the worst results. So these will not be final results, just to throw a spanner in Justin's works. Jason Randall with an absolute mighty performance tonight, adds a further, I think he may have had like 16 points onto his tally though. He did really, really well. P13.
Only had one race.
Yeah, no, I think he was on like 5 points though. So you're on 18 now, so you're climbing up there, my friend, on that one race. Well done. Raki?
He got...
I'm sure he got like 14 points tonight, didn't he?
He's still streaming?
I am still streaming,
14.
yeah.
14 points.
14 points. Wait, 14. There we go. I should do this for a living. Raki, who's having PC issues. I apologise, mate. P14. Justin, P15. Doug, who missed tonight, is not very well. Get well soon, my friend. David Starr, the D-man. We're missing him. The man from Sunny Scunny. Sky Blair, who had a fantastic race. Well done, Sky. Dels Reject, also with Sky as well. These two in a great battle. Dave Lucan with his first points of the series as well. Well done to you, my friend, Joe Marino. Beauty Chesel, Lammers, Hamza, Adrian Nord, who I think left the lobby there as well. I think he was having a bad one. Alex Brooks and Jay Chaplin, they round off your points at the end of it. But we'll be back next week, Saturday, Suzuka, for round number 5 of the GT Series. Thank you so much for being a part of it at home. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. Take care on your Sunday and have a beautiful rest of your week. As always with this channel, a big thank you to the drivers. They deserve all the credit, all the admiration, and all the hard work that came out there tonight. As always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, peace and love. Join us Saturday for round number 5, Suzuka of the GT Challenge Series. Thank you, guys.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why
fucking P3.
Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until
I've just been away for 10 minutes. I've been away for 10 minutes for a bit, so I'm like, what the fuck? I've just opened it down. Okay.
as you fade away,
Nothing.
as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me, well baby, I will taste all the highs and the lows. No, you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long.
I couldn't.
Hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to grey as you fade away.
Well, You're not streaming anymore, are you? Your voice.
When I looked, it had gone from 4 seconds to 10 seconds, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna have to put a little bit of pressure on it to let me know I'm here to move out the way. Because I knew kinetic was straight out of the way. Blaine needs to get it into his head that even if he's in a fight, the car in front of him is going to lose out to the blue flag as well. Oh, that's why I let them go, dude. Did you see the last time? Did you see the last time? I was sat watching that. What was I saying to you, dude? What was I saying to you? So, say he was doing it at 31.85. The guy, like, whoever was behind would have been doing a 31.86. That's how close it was. It was less than a tenth between each other's lap times. Every lap they were just going and going and going.